In the previous section, we have already learned how to download and install the compiler and the IDE required for developing C++ program. Hope you are ready with the setup. If you are not ready, I suggest you to go back to the previous section and watch the videos and get the environment ready on your PC. In this video, I am going to show you the skeleton or the basic programs of C++. In the following video, you will find a demo how to start a new project and how to develop the first program. So here, first of all, let us start with the skeleton of a C++ program. See, this is a skeleton already. I have kept it ready here. You have to start a new project. Let us say the project name is first and the program file is first.cpp. So you have to start this one. Then inside that, this is what you have to return. So every C++ program basically looks like this. So let us understand what are these elements. So I'll start from this point. See, this is the starting point of a C++ program. Main function. This is main and the round brackets are there. So this is a function. This main function is the starting point of a C++ program. Then what is this int? This is called as a return type of a function. We will be learning about the return types and all afterwards. But right now, as a formality, you have to write it always. And when you have return int there at this place, then you have to write return 0 at the end of the main function. And this is the body of a main function. That is the opening flower bracket and closing flower bracket. Now, what all you have to write on, you have to write it here inside the body of main function. Then what does it mean by this hash include? I'll explain it. So first of all, I will write something here inside the main function and show you. So here as a first program, I want to give a welcome message. So I will write hello world. So I want this program to print on the screen hello world when I run the program. So how to print something on the screen? So for printing anything on the monitor, that is on the screen, from your C++ program, there is a built-in object available in C++, that is cout. C means console, out, that is console out. So monitor is treated as a console, that is output console. Then there is something that is keyboard, that is useful for taking input, right? So this is input console. So it means for that there is C in, yes, C out for monitor, console out, C in, that is console in for keyboard, that is taking any input from the keyboard. So let us use the C out and print something on the monitor. So as I said, we will be printing hello world. So we have to use this two angular brackets. This is called as insertion operator. Insertion operator. We have to use this one for printing anything. Then here inside double quotes, I will say hello world. So whatever the message that you have to print, you have to give it in double quotes. So this is a string or a message. It's a string or a message. This is given to cout, so it will be printed on the monitor. So when you run the program, hello world will appear here. Hello world will appear here. So cout is an object used for printing anything on the monitor. And if you see this double less than symbol, two less than symbols, those are on the keyboard, you will find less than symbol, hit it for 2 times. So that is acting as a insertion operator. If you feel it, it looks like as if I am inserting this one inside cout. So once I insert it, it will appear on a monitor. It gives the feeling that we are inserting something. So that's why it is called as insertion operator. So this is how we can print. Now, next thing, where this cout came from? Where the cout came? We know that for every C++ program, we should write down int main flower bracket close and return. Then whatever we are writing here, where this cout came from? The cout object as well as cin object, these are present inside this iostream header file. So actually this is a library. Library will contain the collection of built-in objects or functions that a programmer can use and easily write the program. This is provided by C++ compiler. When you install the compiler, you will get the libraries. So there are many libraries. We will learn about them slowly. So whatever your requirement is, depending on that, you can include the library in your program. So everything from the library will be attached in your program and you can use it. So cout is present in this library, that is IOStream library. For including that one, we include by its name or by its header file. So in some compilers, even you have to write down iostream.h, right? If this doesn't work in your compiler, then you write iostream.h or else just iostream. Now I will remove these things and I'll explain few more things about this one. This cout, as it is present there, we cannot use it directly. We have to write down namespace. So I have to write std double colon. This symbol you will find on the keyboard. You hit it for 2 times. So this is scope resolution. Colon and colon, that is double colon. This is called as scope resolution. So the correct method is write down std scope resolution, then cout and whatever you want to give. This is how we use that cout object. Now this is a perfect program. If you run it, you will get hello world on the screen. Now one more thing. If you're writing a very lengthy program or bigger program and you have to use cout many times, then instead of writing it like this, there is another way of doing this, using that cout as well as cin object. The other method is, here we can write using namespace and this namespace name. So when we say that we are using this namespace, so we don't have to say this one, we can directly write cout. It means that we are using that namespace, means whatever is there inside that namespace, we are using it. Now what does it mean by namespace? See, all the built-in things available in this header file, that is library, are grouped under one name, that is std. So for using that, we have to say using namespace. Now more about namespace, we will learn it in this course. You will find a topic. There is a video available. It's a separate topic. So everything about the namespace is discussed there. Now writing std here is better than saying that we are using namespace, because we are not using everything from the namespace. We want just cout. So writing std colon and cout is better. But it is easy for the beginners to just write cout. So I may be using cout many times, right? On the top I will be writing using namespace, and here I will write cout, just cout. So that's all. This is the first program. Let us quickly look at the things that we have learned. See, we have learned that every C program will have a main function. Main function should return integer, and as it is returning, so here we should write down return 0. Then inside this flower brackets, that is body, whatever you want you can write down here. So in my program I am just displaying it. So for that, cout is an object that is already available. I am using it for printing something on the screen. The cout is present in the header file, so I should include the header file, and this header file is having this namespace, so I should also use that namespace. Just including the header file is not sufficient. You have to use that namespace inside that one. If you don't want to use it, then you can write down std scope resolution here. Then the next video I will show you some simple programs of C++. In the previous video we have already learned the skeleton of a C++ program. Now here in this video we will learn how to write a program. So we'll learn the steps for writing basic programs. So we'll be writing a lot of programs by following these steps. So what are the steps? Let us learn. See, every program will have 3 elements. One is, it will take some input, then it will process, then it will give the output. So what is this? See, suppose I am a program. I know how to add 2 numbers, and you are user of a program. Imagine this, right? Always you have to keep this scenario in your mind. Now, you want to use the program. You want me to add 2 numbers. Then I should know 2 numbers. First of all, you give 2 numbers. Then I will add them. Then I will give you the output. That's it. So from my side, if you see, I am taking input, then processing and giving you the output. Now, let us take another example. Suppose I am a program for finding the area of a rectangle. And you are the user, you want me to find the area. So for that, I should know length and breadth. So let us see how I should work. First of all, I should ask you what is the length and what is the breadth. You will give me length and breadth. I will take and multiply them, or whatever the formula is, I will process and I will get the result. Then I will give you the output. Area is so and so. So you are user, I am the program. So now when you are thinking of writing a program, keep yourself at a place of program, and other people who are going to use, they are users, right? So stand on the side of a program and imagine. So now let us see how we can follow these steps for writing a simple program for adding two numbers. So first of all, I will draw a flow chart for this one. Then I will write a algorithm using pseudocode. Then I will write down a C++ program for adding two numbers. So let us draw a flow chart. So here I will draw a flow chart for adding two numbers. So what are the things we have to do? Let us learn. See, first of all, a starting point of a flow chart, that is start. Then our program should take two numbers as input. So for input and output, we use a parallelogram. So let us draw a parallelogram. So the next thing is take input. So for that, it's better giving a message. So printing a message, I will say print enter two numbers. Like when I give the example, I have told you that first of all, I should take two numbers from you. So enter two numbers. So I should tell you enter two numbers. Then you will give me two numbers. So I should read two numbers. See, I am a program, right? So read, I will read these numbers, two numbers, whatever the numbers you have given, I will give names to them. So these are called as variables. So I will take them in A and B. Now first number is in A, second number you have given me is in B. Now I have two numbers, I can add them. So I can process. So process, a rectangle is used. So the next step is a process. So a rectangle is used. So I should add A and B, and the result I should store it in some other variable. Now it is in C. Result is in C. So it means for any program, for taking input you have to write this, and for process you have to write like this. Then now I have the result ready. I should give a result to you. Say that sum of two numbers is so and so. So that is output. So for output, again a parallelogram. So I will draw a parallelogram and give an output here. So here I will say print addition is in quotes. This is in quotes because it's a message, then comma C. So it will be saying addition is, then the result, whatever the result is, that is there in C. Then next is end of this procedure. So this is stop. So for that, oval is the shape we use, or ellipse is the shape we use. So start and take input, process, give output, and end. This is how the flow chart for adding two numbers. Now same thing, I will write it as an algorithm using pseudocode. So what is pseudocode? The same thing I will write on. This is pseudocode. This is not a C language code. The same pseudocode I will write on. So let us write an algorithm for adding two numbers. Now here I will say begin, the algorithm begin. See, already I have explained you that you can write begin or you can write on the flower bracket. That is your choice. So I am writing begin here. Now what is the first thing it has to do? It should print and say enter two numbers. So print enter two numbers. Okay, then this is a message I am giving. Then writing semicolon or not, that is a choice because it's a pseudo code. It's not strict. Then I should read two numbers in two variables, that is A and B. This is over. Now next step is this one, processing. So C is assigned with A plus B. So I am writing this as assignment. Don't read it as equal to. Otherwise, write an arrow like this. Now next step is printing addition of number is so and so. So print addition is C. So this is the result. And this is the end of our algorithm. So those steps I have combined them and written them as algorithm. This is the beginning, everything looks simple, right? As we go on writing more programs, so this may be becoming a little lengthy or complex. So slowly we'll move to it. Now, next I have to write down a C++ program for adding two numbers. So here I will write down a C++ program. So let us write, first of all, I will write down the skeleton of C++ program. So for that, I have to write hash include IO stream, right? So this is the thing that we have already learned. So this is IO stream. Then I have to write using namespace right? So whenever I'm using scene and see out, this will be useful. STD. So using namespace STD. Now main function, int main, and starting of a main function. Now what I have to do? So here I have a flowchart, here I have a algorithm. These two things I have to convert them. So let us read it. So what are the things that I have to do? So from the algorithm we'll convert it into a C++ program. See, begin. Inside this, first is print, enter two numbers. How to print anything on the monitor? C out, we know that. So C out, enter two numbers. So here I will write down C out, enter two numbers. This will print this message on the screen. The next thing, read AB. So from where? A program will read some numbers or data from the keyboard. So for that, we have object called cin, and that is present in this std. This cout and cin present in std. So cin, right? So cin where? See, for this I have to use double greater than symbol for reading anything. Now where I have to read it? In variables A as well as B, don't give comma, again give this greater than symbols and write another variable name B. So cin A B. Now the important thing, see in C++ you cannot directly use the variables unless you have declared them. So we should declare them. So declaring means before using them, here I should declare. So total how many variables I have? A, B, C. 3 variables are there. A, B, C. 3 variables. Now these variables will have a data type. Now what does it mean by data type? We have it in next video, right? So you'll be learning it. So we have to mention the data type, means what type of value you are storing in them. We are storing integer type. So numbers only we are storing, so that's why this is integer. So this is the method of declaring them. See, this declaration was not there in algorithm, so it's not strict. It's not strict because that is not C++. So you can write as you like. This is English like. Now here you have to write everything perfectly. If you miss anything, compiler will not compile your program. So you should write down the things that are understandable by compiler, right? So write everything properly. So this should be terminated by semicolon. So till here we have reached. Now the next step, this is over, and this one, C assign A plus B. So A plus B I want to do, okay, addition will be done. Then where it should be stored? So it should be stored in C. So write down like this, C equal to A plus B, but don't read it as equal to, read it as assign. This means the same thing. Add this to, result is stored in C. So add this to, result is stored in C. That's it. Now the last thing remaining, we have finished this one. We have to print the output. So say C out. Then C out, what is the message we want to print? Addition is, then C. So I will write on here. Addition is in quotes, and then write again double less than, and then say C. Right? So that's all. And so here inside the main function, we must write down return 0. That is always you have to write, because we have written int here. So that's all. This is a program in C++ for adding two numbers. Now I will continue and I will show you how to read name in C++ and give a message. Means name means a string, right? String, set of characters. I will show you. It's a simple program. Let us learn it. Now let us write a program to take the name of a user and display a welcome message with the name, right? So let us assume that I am a program. So what I should do? I should ask you, may I know your name? Then you will tell the name. So I should take the name. Then I should give a message. I should tell you that hello Mr. or Miss, whatever it is, and the name. So let us write on this one. So for this I have a skeleton ready, available here. Now let us write on the steps. So I'm not showing flowchart, all these things. This is a simple one. So first thing, I have to give a message to you. So what is that? May I know your name? So for displaying a message on the screen, I should use cout. So cout, may I know your name? So this will appear on the screen. Now you are the user, I am the program. When you see this, you will try to write your name from the keyboard, right? So and you will hit enter. So that I should read. So I should read it by using cin, right? This is extraction operator. This is extraction operator. And here I should read your name. So what is this? This is a variable. Name is a variable. Which type? It should read a word, that is name. So it should be string type. So in C++, you should declare the variables before using them, right? So I should declare it. So which type? I should declare it as a string. String, and variable name is name. So what is this string? This is the data type. We are going to learn about the data types afterwards. So this is the name of a variable. So it will read the name from the keyboard. Now next I should give a message. Welcome Mr. So and so. Here I should give a message. So for that I should write cout welcome Mr. or Miss, and followed by this your name. So for this again write on this one. See, this is enclosed in double quotes. Now the variable name should not be in double quotes. It should be directly given. So it will display a message, welcome Mr. or Miss, whatever it is, then name. So this will give a message. That's all. End of a program. So this is a simple program for taking name of a user and showing a welcome message. Now one problem in this one. If your name is having more than one word, then it will not read all the words. It will read just one word. It will not read second or third word, right? Suppose your name is Ravi Kumar. So it will just read Ravi, right? So if your name is Anil Kumar, then it will just read Anil. Then how to make it read everything? So instead of scene, we have a function called getLine. Inside this, I should write down scene and the variable name, that is name. This will read all the words until you hit enter. So this will be perfect for taking the names of people that may be of more than one word. So this is better. So that's all. In the next video we will have the demo of these programs. Let us write our first program in C++. Here I start Xcode. Create a new project in Xcode and select this option, that is command line tool. Then you have to mention some project name, that is first is the project name and the language selected is C++. There are other options also available. Select C++. Then next. So where is supposed to create it? So you can set the path here wherever you want to create your project. Say create. Here are the project files. So click on main.cpp. You can see that a ready-made code is given. So it has already generated a piece of code that is executable code. Here are a few comments. I'll remove them. I'll remove these panels. Yeah. See, these command line arguments, these are optional in C++. I'll just remove these command line arguments. We'll study about these after some time. So here is a readily available hello world program. I'll run this. Let us see what I'll get. Here is an output window. Yeah, hello world. The output is given here. Here std scope resolution is used for accessing cout. So instead of this we can also mention using namespace. Using namespace std. Now I don't have to use std for using cout object. Let us run this and check once again. That's it. So this is working. The same program, I'll just modify it for adding two numbers. I'll remove these lines and I will write down the code here for adding two numbers. I'll declare few variables, integer a, b and c. See, you can see that it's prompting here if there is any error in the statements. Cout, enter two numbers, then scene a and b, then C assign a plus b, cout sum is, then give a space and C. So this is a program for taking two numbers from keyboard and adding them and displaying the result. So these two lines are for taking input from the user. These two lines are interactive as it is giving a message to the user informing him to enter two numbers, then adding two numbers and finding sum and displaying sum here. Let us run this. Now here is a message, enter two numbers. I'll enter two numbers, 10 and 30. Now here the sum is 40. I should get NL here so that the last message should come in next line, NL. Let me run. Enter two numbers, 10 and 30. So now this program ended with exit code 0, that is coming in the next line. So sum is 40. That's it. So let me modify the same program and make it as a program for taking the username and displaying a welcome message. So string is a built-in class available in C++ library, that is stdio_stream, and we can access in the namespace std. Here I'll give a message, cout, may I know your name, then cin name. So str is a variable name, then cout hello, a space here so that space is there in between hello and name of a user. I'll run the program. May I know your name? Let us say name is John. So hello John. It's working. I'll run it once more. I'll give the name Sai Kumar. Let us see what happens. It's giving just Sai here. It's not giving the other name because the name is having two words here. It's reading only one word. If I want to read all the words entered in a string, then the right method is, there is a function available called getLine. GetLine takes input stream, that is cin, and next is string variable, string object. Now let us read it using getLine. This is the method for reading an entire line from the keyboard. May I know your name? So Sai Kumar. Now I got a full name, Sai Kumar. That's it. So this is a way you can access strings whenever you require. There's a built-in object available in C++ and it's a very useful object. In this video we will learn about data types. So we will understand why we need data types. So let me remind you, already I said that a program is a set of two ingredients, that is data and the instruction or operations that are performed on the data. I have shown how the program runs inside the memory. I have shown there are three sections, that is code section and stack. Okay, I am showing stack here and that is heap. So stack will contain data, that is all the variables. Then this will contain instructions. This we have already seen in previous one of the videos. Now we are writing the program so that they perform operations on data and get some results, that is computational results. We want our work to be done by machines by executing programs. So let us understand how we work in daily life. So in daily life we use data at various places. Like for example, the amount of bill amount, that is the total amount, or the price of some item, or your roll number, your marks, your door number, city name, your name, various things are there. This is nothing but data, right? So this data, how we use it in our daily life and what computations we perform. Let us understand this first. So I will categorize the data. We use two types of data in our daily life. One is numeric data, that is set of numbers or figures. Then we use character type data, right? Character types, or that are words or sentences or names of places, that is in the form of character. You can also call this as alphabetic type of data. So data is either numeric or alphabetic, or you can say character. And sometimes we use mix of numeric and alphabetic. Like if I am writing a door number, suppose 125-A, this is a door number. And this is having a number as well as alphabet. So let us consider this also as alphabetic only, though it is having numbers, but alphabets are there, let us call it as alphabetic. Otherwise, you can say alphanumeric, right? But basically, it is like a character only. So leave it. Now, I'll pick up these two one by one. I will explain more detail about these. So let us pick up numeric. If I have a number that is the price of some item, let us say it is $12. Or a roll number of a student, that is 25 is the roll number. Or the bill amount is $15.35, 15.35. So if you observe, this is not having decimal and this is having decimal. So with this I can say that in daily life we use two type of numbers. One is with a decimal, without decimal. We don't usually differentiate them. We say it's a number only. But when it comes to computers, remember that number has to be represented in binary form, right? It has to be represented in binary form. Then how do you represent a decimal? So it's a problem. So it has to be handled specially. So without decimal numbers are different and with the decimal numbers are different. So all electronic devices like computer or your mobile phone or calculator, anything if you take, all electronic devices where numbers are used, they treat these two numbers differently because there is an extra efforts required for representing decimal point number. So I will categorize this number as integer, that is without a decimal, and next is floating point. This is with a decimal. Floating point is with a decimal. Floating point means decimal only, right? So the way of representing decimal number is approach is called as floating point. So this you will understand later. So now I have two type of numbers, integer and floating point. This is how not just C++, all the programming languages, present day programming languages like C, C++, Java, C#, Python, anything you take, they differentiate the data like this. And floating point is a standard. All machines follow the same method for representing decimal point. Then next, coming on to this side, that is characters. So here, if I write name, that is Mark or Anil, these are the names. Or name of a place, Delhi, right? Or any word, program is a word. So it may be a name of a person, it may be a name of a place, or it may be any word from dictionary. These are nothing but a character. So actually character is just single letter. Single letter is a character, right? But together they are forming it as a string. So we call this as string in our program. So string is nothing but collection of alphabets or characters that are forming a single entity, that is a string. So string may be a name of a person or a word or any word from dictionary or so on. So this is represented as string. So if I talk about programming languages, they support character type also, and collection of characters is nothing but a string. So individual character also and the collection of characters, both are supported by languages. So in C++ both are supported. Now one thing, as I said that these numbers has to be represented in binary, then what about the characters? They are also represented in binary. Binary means it's a numeric. Then these are characters. So yes, there are some codes used for representing characters that we will learn when we talk about characters. So this is about different data types we use in daily life, and I have categorized these daily use data type into the data types that used in our programs. Now let us come to the next point. See, this type of data has to be stored in the memory so that program can work on it. So let us discuss upon this point. So I will remove this and I will discuss. When it comes to memory, memory is defined or represented in terms of bytes. So 1 byte, if I take 1 byte is nothing but collection of 8 bits. So these are 8 bits. So it's a collection of 8 bits. And data is stored in the form of zeros and ones in this one. So whatever the form of bits may be. Now this binary form, we say it's a data. Now the question is, if you want to store integer type data, shall we take just 1 byte? So in 1 byte, what is the maximum number that we can store? That is, minimum is 0 and the maximum is 255. So largest number is 255. I cannot have bigger figures. Yes. Then shall we take more than 1 bytes? Yes. Shall we take 2 bytes or 4 bytes? So that's it. So this we will learn in the next video, that is integer, how many bytes it will take and what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value it will store. These are the type of things that you will learn in the coming video. Okay, so I'll give you the detailed explanation of all the data types that are available in C++. So the same way we will learn integer type of data, how much memory it takes, how many bytes it will take, right? So how many bytes, and float type of data, how many bytes it will take, and character type of data, how many bytes it takes, and how it is represented in the memory. We will learn about this. So if you have the clear idea about the data types, then you can use them properly for storing your data. So this was about size. Now next important thing about variable, I will discuss little bit about variable. So once we learn about the data types in the coming videos, then later on we will learn how to take data or store data in the program. Suppose I want integer type data. Okay, I will say integer. Then where do you store data? So for that we declare variable. Say that I want A, B, C. So I'll get 3 variables depending on the number of bytes taken by integer. If integer is taking 2 bytes, then I get 2 bytes for each. And if they are taking 4 bytes, I'll get 4 bytes for each. So I'll get the variables like this. And then we will use this variable name in our programs, like saying A assign 10 or B assign 5, then C assign A plus B. We do it like this. We perform the operation, store the data. So 10 is stored in this one, and 5 is stored in this one, and the result is stored in this one. So that's how in our programs we use the names of the variable that is stored in the memory. So we don't use the memory addresses, but we use the names. So that is the concept of variable. So a variable is used for storing data. This is used for storing data. Then next, what type of data? You must mention the type of data also. Based on that, we can have the value of that data type. See, this integer doesn't allow decimal, so we can use only integer. If you want float, then declare it as float, then you can store float numbers also. So these concepts, we will learn them in detail in coming videos. This was just an introduction. So continue with the next video and you learn details about data types. Let us learn about the data types available in C++ language. Already in the previous video, I have given you the reason or the idea why we need data types. Every language supports data type. Without data type, there is no use of writing the programs. So let us learn what are the data types. Then also we will learn how to use them. Means how to use them by declaring the variables. So let us get the overview of all the data types available in C++. See, I have a chart here that is showing the data types. Then in this, they can be categorized into 3. Now majorly you have to understand this one, this portion. Data types are called as primitive data types. Primitive means in-house, living, right? The one which are living inside C++. So that are directly provided by compiler. So primitive data types are basic data types of C++. They are of 3 types. That is categorization again. Integral type. Integral means there is no decimal point. Yeah. Boolean means true or false. Next, floating point with a decimal. Decimal is also called as floating point. So this is the broader categorization. Under integral, we have int and char. Character is integral. I will show you what does it mean. Integer and character comes under integral. Means they will not have a decimal point. Yes. Then floating point. There are 2. Float and double. They are similar only. Just some differences are there. We will learn about it. So before going into details of this, let us have a look at these also. User defined data types are available. First one is enum, enumeration, that you will find in this section only, right? And structure and union, these are another one. And classes, that's what the C++ is for. C++ supports object orientation. So actual C++ concepts and the programming starts from classes. We will learn a lot of things are there to learn about it. Then at last, arrays, pointers and references, we have these as a separate topics in some sections, so you can check that. These are the detailed lengthy topics. So these all the things are bigger topics. We have a section for each. Now in this video, you have to learn these things, data types, and remember now only. That is very important, right? Because every time we'll be using them. So you should be able to recall what does it mean. So here itself you should learn them. Let us see what are the data types. So for those data types, we have to know few things. And among these things, you must remember few things. I'll highlight what are the things that you should remember. Let us look at the table. Data types are integer, float, double, character, and boolean. And these are their sizes. Sizes means how many bytes of memory they takes. Like in the previous video, I said that if you take only 1 byte, then we can store a small size number. If you want to store bigger number, then what? So that's what, depending on the number that you can store, that's what every data type has some number of bytes. So this we will learn in detail. That is 2 byte it takes, and this takes 4 bytes, and this take 8 byte, and this take 1 byte. It is undefined. It can be 1 byte or less. Now in each data type, depending on the capacity, means its size, there is a possible range of values that you can store. So their values are also given. So you can note down this one, right? You can note down this. And out of this, you must remember the range of values for this one and this one. Integer, that is, I'll read out, -32768 to 32767. Negative, positive. So it supports both positive and negative numbers. Then for character, -128 to 127. This you should remember always. Next, about float and double, if you can remember, it's well and good, otherwise not a problem. For float, I will read out -3.4 into 10 to the power of -38, and positive one is 3.4 into 10 to the power of 38. Now, double is -1.7 into 308, and this is 308 1.7. So how to remember them is, see, double is 1.7, number is 1.7. So if you can remember, this is sufficient. Now for float, double that at 1.7, it becomes 3.4. So it is 3.4, right? How to remember the values I am showing you, how to remember the value. Then this is 38, so this is 308. So this way you can remember this one if you at all you want to remember. Now let us talk about integer. See, integer may take either 2 bytes or 4 bytes depending on the version of compiler you are using. Most of the compilers now take 4 bytes only. If you are using Turbo C, if you know about it and you are using it, then it takes 2 bytes. Turbo C takes 2 bytes because it opens in DOS box, it goes into DOS shell and run there. So there it takes 2 bytes. Otherwise integer takes 4 bytes. But in my discussion, every time I will be saying integer 2 bytes, because when I have to show some calculation and solve, so 2 bytes will be easy for me for explanation. Otherwise taking a bigger size data will be difficult for explanation. So I will assume integer takes 2 bytes every time. Now let us understand how this integer is getting this range, and this range is for 2 bytes, not for 4 bytes. Let us see how it is taking -32768 to 32767. Let us look at this. It is taking 2 bytes. So 2 bytes means total how many bits? 16 bits. So I'll just draw this first. So here I have 2 bytes. This is first byte, this is the second byte. Total 16 bits are there. 16 bits together, 2 bytes together works as a single variable, single data, that is integer. So how the 16 bits are used? One of the bit, this is called as most significant bit, and this is called as least significant bit. So this bit is reserved for sign bit. If that is 1 means number is negative. If that is 0 means number is positive. Then how many bits are remaining for writing a number? Only 15 bits, 0 to 14. So 2 power 15 is 32768. This is how it is, 32768, and that is up to 32767. So that's why the number is stored only in 15 bits. It has to support sign also, positive and negative also. That is the reason 1 bit is reserved. Remaining bits are used for storing a number. So this is common for all the languages, not just C++. It is true for C also, and even is true for Java also. It happens similarly in Java also, if 2 bytes are used anywhere. So 2 bytes, if a number is stored in 2 bytes, this is the largest number that we can store. Now I will write down the range. 03277. If I take the range of this number, it will not be starting from 1, right? It will be starting from 0. So it is 0 to 32767. That's why it is 7. Now next, this has to be in the positive also, negative also. So let me write down this. So 0 to 3, 2, 7, 6, 7, this is positive side. Then 0 to 3, 2, 7, 6, 7, it is negative side. So this is positive side, this is negative side. In this is negative, means negative 0 will also be there. But negative 0 is not a number. So that's why that negative 0 is taken as minus 32768. It is assumed as minus 32768. It happens automatically in binary number form. If the number is negative and largest, then it will be minus 32768 to 32767. That is the reason we have one number extra here, because that minus 0 is taken as minus 32768. That's how it is getting this range. Now this is sufficient for understanding about integer. Now let us come to character. How come character is taking numbers minus 128 to 127 and it is taking 1 byte? I'll explain you about it. So character takes 1 byte. So in 1 byte, 1 bit is reserved as sign bit. Now remaining how many bits are there? 0 to 6. Total 7 bits are. 2 power 7 is 128. 128 means 0 to 127. Now positive as well as negative. So negative 127, negative 0 will also be there. That is the reason minus 128 to 127. This is the range of character. Now let us coming to the point. How come a character is a number? See, computer works on binary number system, that is zeros and ones. So they understand only zeros and ones, nothing else, right? Then how to represent a character? Character should also be represented in zeros and ones. And those zeros and ones, we understand them as decimal number system. We understand them as numbers. Then how to represent characters? So for character, codes are given. Character codes are given. So let us see what are the codes. The codes are called as ASCII codes or ASCII codes, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So for every alphabet or every letter in English language as well as the special symbols, there is a code given. So what are those codes? Capital A is represented as 65, number B, and then B is represented as 66. So a number is used for representing character. Now, if you see this is the number 65. If you say no, that is a character, means it is A. So only on the screen the printing will be done as A, but inside the memory it is 65. It's in binary form. That's how the codes are used for representing characters. Capital Z will be 90 and small a is 97 and small b is 98 and goes on. Small z is 122 and 0. Letter 0 on the keyboard, if you see, that is also a symbol, character. But we treat it as a number, we use them as number, but everything on the keyboard is a character. So 0 is also character. So for that symbol 0, this is 48 and 1 is 49 and goes on. Last digit 9 is 57. These are the codes. Now one important thing. You must remember these codes. You must remember. This is very important. You have to remember this range. You have to remember this range. And you should remember these codes. This is very important. Alright. Then for other special symbols also codes are available. So you can learn about them. You search in Google. You will find out all the list of characters and their codes available. Search for ASCII codes. Now a little more about data types. I will talk about modifiers. Let us discuss about modifiers. There are two modifiers. Using these modifiers, you can modify these data types as per your requirement. So quickly let us look at this. There are two identifiers. One is unsigned and another one is long. So you can say unsigned integer. Now this integer, which is taking both negative as well as positive, now it will take only positive. So what are the range? 0 to 65535. This will be the range. Double this one, 32,000, you double it, it is 65,000. So 65535 is the range, 0 to 65535. Means sign bit is not there, all 16 bits are used for storing a number. Integer become unsigned. So if you don't have any negative numbers and you want to get a bigger range, you have a larger value, then you can go for this. Then you can also say unsigned char. So when you say unsigned character, this range will get double, that is, you can store the number 0 to 255. So you can store the numbers also now. If suppose in a character you have, your numbers are very small, instead of storing alphabets, you can store number also in a character. So its range becomes this. So unsigned can be used only with integer and character, you cannot use it with any other. Next one is long. Long, you can use it with integer. So if integer is taking 2 bytes, then long int will take 4 bytes. And if suppose integer is taking 4 bytes, long int will take 8 bytes, depending on the compiler. Already I told you about integer. Long can also be taken with double. Long double takes 10 bytes. See, float is for decimal number. And if this range is not sufficient, this is a small number, minus 38, that is plus 38, it's small number. If you want a larger number, then you can take double. So it is minus 308, it's bigger one. Means this is a very small value and that is very big value, 308, bigger number. If you want still larger, then you can take long double, right? Long float is no meaning because long float itself is double. Then long double you can take. So it will not be 16 byte, it will be 10 byte. So that's all about modifiers. Modifiers, you can use them with limited data types. You cannot use unsigned with everything and you cannot use long with everything. You cannot have long char. So that's all about the data types. See, at the end of this course, you will find one section called miscellaneous. There I have discussed little more about the data types. So if you're not a beginner, then I suggest you watch that. Or if you're a beginner, after completing the course, you watch that section. In that section, some topics are discussed in more detail. So for the beginners, it will be very difficult for them to grasp it. So I have kept them as miscellaneous topic. So I suggest you watch those videos if you want more details about the data types. So there are videos for other topics also under miscellaneous section. Now next we will see variables. What are variables? Don't miss this video. So in the next video, I will discuss about variables. In this video, let us learn about variables. Variables are the names given to data. Variables have data type. Variable is a place where we will store the data in our program. See, if we have data, then we can process upon the data, where to keep the data. So we take variables and store it. In mathematics also, we have the concept of variables. Like if you write any function, let us say f of x, x. What is this x? Suppose 3x square plus 4x. So what is this x? X is a variable. So whatever the value of variable is, we substitute here and get the answer. So the same concept, x can have some value. So that concept, right, is taken in programming also. So we have variables. So variable should have data type, means what type of value in. So let us see how to use variables. So here, suppose I want to store a roll number of a student. So roll number is which type? Integer type. It will not have a decimal point. The roll number is 2.5. No, it will be integer type. And that too, roll number will not be negative. So we will not be storing negative. But roll number will not be in thousands also. Just roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3 like this. 1 digit, 2 digit, 3 digit number at most. So we will take integer type. So I'll take a variable of type integer. So this is the method of declaring a variable. This is a variable name and this is the data type. So you have to declare the variable before using it in the program. So every variable must be declared and then only it is used. So now this means that this roll number is a variable which is of type integer, and at runtime this roll number will consume 2 bytes of memory. Roll number will consume 2 bytes of memory. This will take 2 bytes. I am showing it as a single box, but there are 2 bytes in this one because integer takes 2 bytes. If you say no 4 bytes, so it will take 4 bytes of memory. And we know very well that every byte in the memory will have its address. So let us assume the address is 200. So the next byte is 201. So these are 2 bytes actually, 200 and 201. So these are 2 bytes in which any number you store in this, it will be stored in the memory at runtime of a program. Next, I want to store something in that variable. Okay, you can store it. Suppose I want to store roll number 10, then you can say roll number assign 10. Now the value will be stored. Before that, what was there in this one before assigning 10? So we say there was some garbage value. So now it will be storing 10. Garbage means unknown value. We have not stored it. It's already there. So for us, it's a garbage. Yes, we say it's a garbage value. That doesn't belong to us, so we say garbage. Now we will be storing it. So this number 10 will be stored. Now we say that variable is initialized. So let us look at the statements. This is declaration of a variable. This is initialization of a variable. And when you declare the variable and run the program at running time, it will occupy memory and the value will be stored. Data will be stored in this one. So this is how variable is declared at initialize. Now let us learn one more thing. Is it possible that I want to initialize at that time only? Yes, you can assign 0 or 10 here also. So this will be declared as well as initialize. So variable is declared as well as it will have the value 10. It will not have a chance of getting garbage value. Now, little more. Suppose I want to have a variable to store a section or group A, group B, group C, like this groups are there. So I want to store group name. Group name is A or B something. So which type of variable I should take? Character type. Okay, declare a variable character type. Char group. And I want to initialize it. Okay, you can initialize A. Now one thing we learn here. This you cannot write it simply like this. You have to give it in quotes. So every character type variable should be enclosed in single quotes. It should be in single quotes. So this is the declaration and initialization. Now I want to store the price of some item, some product. Price is $12.75. Suppose. Then which data type I should take? I should take float type. Is your number very large? No, not much large. So you don't need double. That float is sufficient. So let us see how to declare float and initialize it. So float data type and it is price and I want to store $12.75 and better write F here. After float number you should write F to show that it is float. Though it is not compulsory, but it is better if you write F. Otherwise, if you don't write F, it will assume it is double. By default, if you write any number, then it will be taken as double, right? Float number, decimal if you write. So if you want to write float, then better write F. Even if you don't write F, it's not an issue here. It will understand that, okay, you are declaring float, so it will take it. Otherwise, at other places, you have to write F. So these are the important things. Integer type variable and initialization, character type initialization, float type initialization. So this is how you can declare the variables and initialize. Now few rules how to take the variable name. So I will write down valid and invalid names. So I'll just write them and I'll tell you why they are valid and invalid. So what are the things that you should take care? Let us see. You can declare a variable like x1. This is valid. But you cannot take a variable 1x, means number in the beginning is not allowed. This is invalid. And you can take a variable name as roll number, but you cannot take a variable name as roll space number. This is not allowed. This is allowed. This is not allowed. There should not be any space in between variable name. If at all you want to separate them as two words, then you can use underscore and number. This is allowed. And it's better sometimes, this is followed in Java, we can use roll number as ROLL in small and number N. This is the second word starting with capital letter. Or else you can even write like this, roll number. This notation you can follow. This is called as camel notation followed in Java. Now Java is also a common language. Some people know already Java. So you can use that one. There is no restriction here. So you can write any variable name. So this will be better, easy for understanding. And even you can follow this. Most of the C++ programmers follow this one. They use every word first letter as capital. Then one last thing. When you are giving variable name, don't give the names like x1, x2, a, b, c. Use some meaningful name so that the name shows what type of value it is containing, like price, group, roll number. These are readable, so it will be easy for you only for writing the program. So that's all. How to declare the variables and how to use them I have shown you. Now we will be learning how to write on the program. So we will use these variables and we will learn about the operators, and then we are in a position to write on the program. So don't be in a hurry. You watch all the videos peacefully one by one. Suddenly you will not understand or learn programming in one day, or suddenly you cannot jump on typing the program and running the program. So be cool and follow the lectures one by one. This will build up your knowledge about the programming. Then you are in a position for writing the programs. So watch every video carefully, right? Don't miss any videos. So this is all about the variables and the declaration. Now more about the variables, each and everything in detail, going in minor details, you will find a section that is called as miscellaneous. You watch that one. But if you are a beginner, don't watch it now. After the end of the course, you watch it. Already you know basics of C programming or C++ programming little bit, then you can watch that miscellaneous. So there is a video for data types and variables. Watch that one. So that's all in this video. In this video, let us learn about operators and also expression. Just we will get the basic idea. Then in the next video, we will use them in the programs. So let us understand what are operators. See, operators are predefined in C++ programming. They are useful for performing some operation, and there are symbols used for operators. And like in mathematics, plus is the symbol used for adding two numbers. Same way, here symbols are there and every symbol is having some operation associated with it. So let us look at some of the operators I have written here. See, first of all are arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and mod. These are the operators I am going to discuss them right now. Then the other operators, that is relational operators, these are useful for comparing numbers, comparing values. So these operators are less than equal to, greater than equal to and not equal to. So these operators we'll learn afterwards. Now next is logical. Now I don't know whether you have the idea about this one or not, but I will cover it as a very new and fresh topic for you. So later on we will learn about this. This is and, or and not, logical operations. And this bitwise operations are also similar, but they have a big difference compared to these two. These are also and, or, not and XOR. So we will learn, we have a separate video on this one. Then increment, decrement operator. These are more powerful and more commonly used operations in C++ programming. Next is assignment. We have used this one, right, for storing the value. And there are many other operations. So we will learn them as we go on covering the new topics. As our course moves on, we will learn about more operators. So right now in this video, we will learn about arithmetic operations and also we will learn how to form expressions. So let us get the idea about this one. Let us take the operation. See, addition, subtraction, multiplication. This is star. It is also called as asterisk, right? This is called as asterisk. Students call it as a star. This is asterisk. Addition, subtraction. This is used as multiplication, and then this is division, and this is percentile symbol, and this is mod. This we call it as mod in C++. Let us understand how they work. See, they are meant for performing operation on data. So first of all, you should have data. Where do you keep data in your program? In variables. So let me take some variables. I'm not writing a complete program, just I am showing you here. I have two variables, A, B, as well as I will take C. Now A is having value 10 and B is having value suppose 5. Now let us perform those operations. So first one, if I say C assign A plus B, then the value of A and B are added and the result is stored here. So this is 10 plus 5 and the result is 15, that is stored in this one. This is how it works wherever you use it in your program. So we'll be using it afterwards. Now instead of this one, first one, if I use this C assign A minus B, then this is 10 minus 5 and the result of this one is 5, that is stored here. Then let us look at next, that is multiplication. Third one, if I write like this, C assign A multiplied by B, then this is 10 into 5. The result is 50, that is stored in this one. Now other two we have to see. These are important, right? That is a divide and mod. So let us look at this. So here I will show you first one, that is a divide. So as per this order, this is the fourth one. So if I say A divided by B and the result is in C. So what does it mean? Let us look at this. See here A is divided by B. A value is how much? 10, and the B value is how much? 5. So this gets divided. This 5 will divide this 10 for 2 times. 5 2 is 10, right? And this is 0. So let us look at these things. Let us learn this. This is a dividend. This is a divisor. And this is quotient. And whatever is remaining after dividing is a remainder. Dividend, divisor. So this is important for us. This is quotient. This is remainder. This is quotient and this is remainder. So when I use divide, what I get? If I use divide, I get the result, that is quotient. So 10 divided by 5, quotient is 2. This is 2. If suppose this is not a 10, I will change it. Now instead of 10, if suppose this A is 13, then what? So let us see it by removing this one. I will show it here. See here I have A is 13 and B is 5. These are integers. Then if I say C assign A divided by B, then what happens? A is 13 divided by 5, and this gets divided by 2 times, and the result is 10, and this is remainder. So what is quotient? Quotient is 2 and the remainder is 3, right? So this gives what? Quotient. Division gives quotient. So what will be the result? 13 divided by 5 is 2. It is not 2, it is 2.6. So that is decimal. It is floating point. But what is the data type we have taken? We have taken integer. So it will be integer result only. So this is the one important thing that you should know. If you're performing division on integers, then the result is also integer. Even though if you're getting the result in floating point, it will not be in floating point. Then how to get floating point result, I will show you afterwards. Now next thing we will see how to use mod. Mod means what? See here, instead of this next statement I will write C assign A mod B. So what is mod? The remainder. What is that? 3. So when 13 is mod by 5, so after division the remainder is 3. So this gives remainder 3. That's it. So the mod operation gives remainder of 2 numbers. So this difference you should know it clearly, that divide gives quotient. This is quotient. And mod gives remainder. Sometimes it's confusing for the students to understand this, but this is very easy. So you should know clearly what is quotient and what is remainder, then you can easily remember this. Now next I will show you, if you want a float result, then what you should do. So I will remove this and show you. Now let us see how to get the floating point result if 2 integers are divided. See, already we have seen we want to divide A and B, as A and B are both integer type. So 13 divided by 5, this gives the result as 2. Actual division gives result 2.6, that is float. So we want the result in float, but these two are integers, we won't get it. But we have to typecast it to get a float. So what is typecasting? So we can change the data type of this result. This is 2. If you write that we want it to be a float, so the actual result what we get, that is 2.6, that 2.6 will be given to us, and the variable to take this should be float type. So I have taken C, that is float type here. Now this integer division gives floating point result. So this is called as typecasting. Typecasting means changing the data type. Here the result will be integer, but we are converting into float at the time of division only, right? At that time only, right? Because the result we are getting, it is 2.6, and imagine it is truncated and it is giving us 2. But we said that no, we want 2.6 only. So write typecasting here, you get the actual result, that is 2.6. So this is typecasting. So this is how we can get the float result from integer division. Now next, here I have one more example. I have 3 variables, all are float only. Now if I want to divide A by B, then the result will be floating point result only. It will be a floating point result. And the result, I will take it in variable C. So I don't have to worry about typecasting anything because A and B are of type float. So the result will be float. So from this we can understand that if we have integers and we perform any arithmetic operation on integer, we get the result in integer. If it is a float, then we get the result in float. Similarly, if you have any other data type, you will get the same data type, result as same data type. Now next I will show one more thing. We have seen the mod operator which gives the remainder when the two numbers are divided. So in this case A mod B, when A is divided by B, the remainder will be 3. So this gives the remainder, that is 3, right? So this mod operation can be performed over integers. Can I do A mod B here and store the result in some variable? No, we cannot perform mod operation on float number, right? This you must know. Then I have one more data type here, that is character type. Suppose I want to perform A mod B and store the result in C. Is it allowed on characters? Yes, it is allowed. So mod is allowed only on integers and characters. Here you may get confused that how come I am storing numbers in character. So if you remember, we have learned in the data types that characters are nothing but numbers. These are codes. So every character is having a ASCII code. So actually a character is integral type only. So it will store the codes of the character. So if you're not storing any character, directly you can assign a code also. Or else if I write A here, then this is nothing but 65. It's a numeric value 65. So when you perform mod operation is performed on their numeric values, that is integral values. So that's all. Mod operation is allowed on these two. So in this video we have learned about the operators, right? I have explained you the working of the operators. Now in the next video I will show you how to write expression and what does it mean by precedence. Then after that we will write some programs using operators. In this video we'll learn about expressions. Expressions are nothing but the formulas that we learn in mathematics. How to write them in program, we will learn this. See, after knowing data types and the variables, this is the very first thing that you should learn. You should be able to perfectly write on the formula so that it gets correct results. That is important. So for writing any formula in the form of expression in our program, what are the things that you should know? Let us learn. See, we have already studied about arithmetic operators in the previous video. So those arithmetic operators, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and mod. Along with that, I have also taken brackets here. Now, there is something called precedence of operator. Precedence means the priority, weightage, higher weightage. So there is higher or lower precedence of operators. We are not looking at all the operators in C++. We are looking at only few. So I have made them in the form of a table. Assume that the precedence of this one is 1. And the precedence for multiplication, division and mod for all of them is 2. And this bracket is 3. So these numbers shows that bracket is having highest precedence and addition subtraction is having lowest precedence among arithmetic operators. Now how these precedence affect, let us understand that. So I will simply write on one formula, then I will show you. I will write a formula here. Suppose I am saying x assigned with a plus b multiplied by c minus d slash e. This is the formula I have written. Now in this formula, which operator gets executed first? Let us learn this. So that actually depends on precedence of operator. So how many operations I have used here? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. 4 operations I have used here. Now who is having higher precedence? Multiplication and division are having higher precedence. So in this expression, both are there. Multiplication is also there, division is also there. Then which one will get executed first? See, from the left hand side it will take, left to right it will take. So the first one executed is this one. And next is this one. So first it will multiply, then it will divide. It means who will get multiplied? B and C will get multiplied, right? Then D divided by E. So this is how they are executed. Then after that, the lower precedence is for addition and subtraction. they get executed. So we have both. Which one will get executed first? So again, left to right. See, this left to right is actually called as associativity. So the associativity is left to right. We will learn about associativity some other time. So left to right is the associativity. So first this one gets executed, then this one. So this addition, this will add what? A with the result of B and C, because already that are multiplied, already we have the result. Then this will subtract what? Fourth one. This will subtract what? This whole left hand side and the right hand side. This is already done, right? Addition is done. So this whole thing and then this one. So this is how, depending on the precedence, the operations are performed. Next, suppose you want it in some other way. What? You wanted that A plus B should be done first, then it should be multiplied by C. Then it should not be written like this. Let us see how to do that. See, again I will write down this expression A plus B multiplied by C minus D slash E. Suppose in this one, I don't want B to be multiplied with C. I want A plus B to be multiplied with C. Now in this case, because the precedence of this one is lower, I have to increase its precedence by including in brackets. So include this in bracket. So that's how we use parenthesis. Now you see who is having highest precedence in the expression this bracket is having. So whatever is there in the bracket, that will get executed first. Similarly, I don't want this D to be divided by E. I want this C minus D to be divided by E. Then put it in the bracket. Now it will be perfect. As per what you want, how the result you want, you have to put them in the brackets. So bracket is a very powerful tool for writing expression. So if you know how the precedence is and you want them to be executed according to precedence, it's okay. No, you want to change it, then you can change it by imposing brackets. So this is there in mathematics also. Same thing is used here. Now, for learning this one, for practicing this one, I have taken some formulas. I will show you how to convert these formulas into expressions of C++ program. Then later, we will be writing the programs on this one also. So let us write down expression for the formulas. Let us look at the formula. See, the first formula is area of triangle. You should be knowing the formula. Area is half into base into height. How to write this in C++ program if you are using this formula? So the expression should be written like this. A is assigned with half. You cannot write like this. See, if I write half, then division means that slash, then 2. So you know this is integer. 1 and 2 both are integer. And 1 divided by 2, 0. So you cannot write like this. This will be wrong. So this is the first thing we learn. Then next, first write base into height. So base into height, where is into? In mathematics we understand that if nothing is there in between, multiplication is there. But in C++ program you cannot leave it like that. So you have to write down into, that is multiplication. Base into height is written first. Then this thing, if you want, you can enclose in bracket if you want, otherwise no need, because after that division will be done. So this is the perfect formula. Base into height, whole thing divided by 2. If you say no, as per the formula, that is 1 by 2, I want to write down that first, then write like this, write 0.5, then multiplied by base into height. So 0.5 multiplied by base into height. This will be perfect. But remember, as this is written float, then the result will be float. So you must have this variable as float. And here also, after dividing it by 2, you may be getting float result. So you have to declare this area as float. How to convert this into a program, we'll be learning it. But a little bit idea I will give you. We must have these variables in our program, A, B and H. We should be knowing what is B and H, then we can use this formula to calculate A. So we will write a program for this one afterwards in the coming videos. Now let us move on to the next formula. See, the next formula is perimeter of a rectangle, right? P is 2 into L plus B, means 2 into length plus breadth. So how to write down this one? I'll remove this. P is perimeter. Perimeter assigned 2 into L plus B into, see in mathematics again we don't write into, but here you must write into length plus breadth. See, if I don't give brackets, then what happens? See, in mathematics also we write bracket, right? So here if I don't give, then what will happen? It will multiply 2 into length. Only length will be multiplied by 2 and then B is added. Actually the formula is length and B should be added, then it should be multiplied by 2. Or else you multiply both of them with 2. So this is better. So I should write down this in the bracket, right? If you write in the bracket, then they are added first, because who is having higher precedence? Bracket is having higher precedence. So this addition will be done first. Whatever is in the bracket, that is done first. Then it is multiplied by 2. Now the next formula, sum of n terms, that is sum of first n natural number, that is s is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. How to write down this one? Let us write it. Sum s assign n into n plus 1 by 2. N into, we know very well now, n plus 1, this must be in bracket, right? First n plus 1 should be done, then it should be multiplied with n. Then by 2, this is how we write in mathematics, but in C++ program you have to use the symbol slash 2. So this is the simple one, and here s assign n into n plus 1 by 2. Now the next formula, nth term of AP series, that is for arithmetic progression series. If you know the first term and the common difference, then you can find out nth term of series, any term of a series. So that is the formula, t is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Let us write it in the form of expression. T assigned with a plus n minus 1 inside bracket into d. This is the formula. Now coming to the next formula, root of quadratic equation. This is little lengthy formula. Let us write it. See, r assigned with minus b. Okay, minus b. Only one root I am taking. It is plus or minus. So we'll take just plus. Then square root of b square minus 4ac. B square. How do you write b square? So there is no symbol for square, or power symbol is not there in C++, but there is a function available. I'll show you afterwards. So I will write b square as b into b. That's the simple method. So write b into b, right? Then minus 4 into a into c, minus 4 into a into c. Yes, this is perfect. Now this whole thing has to be in root, square root. How do you find square root? See, for square root, there is a header file available in C++ which is having square root function, and that header file name is cmath. So you can say hash include cmath, or else you can also write hash include math.h. Whatever one you like, you can use it. This is in C++. This was there in C language, so you can use the C like things in C++ also. If you want, you can write this, or cmath is a better option. So that header file, that library is having all the mathematical functions like square root, log, exponent, cos, sine, tan, arcsine, arccos, arctan, right? Various function, power function, various functions are available, so you can use those mathematical functions in your program. Now, knowing about those functions, slowly you can learn about them. At once you don't have to learn all of them. So slowly, as and when we are using, we'll be learning about them. But right now we want just square root. So there is a function called sqrt, in short for square root. So that we have to perform upon this whole thing, right? This whole thing. So this whole thing should be written inside square root function. So I'll just make a space for this. So this was r assigned minus b plus. This is sqrt. This is a function, right? Sqrt function. So write down this whole thing in bracket. So square root will be performed on this entire thing, and the result will be added with this minus b. Now the last thing remaining, divided by 2a, divided by 2. Now the interesting thing, a. So shall I write into a? Yes, this, because this is 2 into a. This is 2 into a. This will be wrong. This will be wrong. Why? This entire thing, this entire thing should be divided by 2, right? But if you read this, I'll just highlight SQRT result divided by 2. So only this result will be divided by 2. We want everything should be divided by 2. Okay, put the bracket here also. So put the bracket here also. Okay, this is perfect. The next, when this whole thing is divided by 2, then multiplied by a. No, it should be divided by a also. By a also. So that 2a should be in bracket. So these two should be multiplied and the result, this whole result should divide this entire thing. This is perfect. If I don't give that bracket, then it will be taken as into a. A will come in this side. So we don't want into a. This a should be in the denominator only. So that must be in the bracket. Otherwise we get wrong result. This is what you have to be careful with. Now we have done enough examples to understand how to write expression. Now the same expressions, we will use them in the programs, right? So in the following videos, you will find the program on each of these formulas. Then one last formula, this one, that is speed. That is initial speed can be calculated as final velocity square minus initial velocity square by 2 into acceleration. So here v square and u square is used. So I can write v into v or u into u. Otherwise, I can use power function. So let us use that. Both the methods we will follow. First method, speed s assigned with v into v. Okay, v square is v into v minus u into u, u into u. Now one thing, do I have to put this in bracket and this in bracket? No need, because who is having higher precedence? Multiplication, then multiplication. Then afterwards subtraction will be done. So it will be perfect. If you want to put it in bracket, that is very good, right? So because of laziness, people don't write brackets properly. So if you write everything in bracket, that's perfect. But too many brackets will make it difficult to read also. That is the other reason. Next, by 2a should be done. By 2a. Again, we are at the same problem. So we cannot write just 2a. We have to write 2 into a. Okay, now we are at the same problem. What is that? This a will come in multiplication, right? This whole thing divided by 2 into a. Into a means a will come in numerator. No, this by 2 should be done on the entire thing. So this must be in the bracket first of all. And this is in denominator. So this should also be in the bracket. If they are not in the bracket, then you get wrong results. The next one more method we have. I told you that we can use power function. So use power function. POW is the function. V comma 2. This is V square minus power function U comma 2. This is a u square. Then this whole thing should be divided by 2 as well as with a multiplied with it. So that should be in bracket. So this is how you can write on the formulas. We have seen various example formulas. We have just seen how to write on the expression from the formula. Then how to use it in the program, how to build up a complete program. That we will learn in following videos. From here onwards, make sure whenever you find any formula, convert it into C++ expression. So this needs a little practice, right? This needs little practice. Don't think that you have learned it once, now you can do it every time. No. Whenever you find formula, write it in C++. Okay? Now, next video, we will write on the programs using these formulas, right? So for each, I will write a program and show you. There we will learn how to convert these things into a complete program. So that's all in this video. In this video, we'll write a program for finding the area of a triangle. Already we have seen the formula in the previous video. Now we will write a complete program. So already in one of the video I have discussed what is the procedure, how to develop a program. So a very basic program will have 3 parts or 3 elements. First is input. It will take some input, then process, then output. So these are the 3 steps that we will follow. So program should have these 3 things, a basic program. So whatever the input it has to take, it will take the values, then it will process them and give the output. So let us see for what we have to write on a program. We have to write a program for finding the area. So this is the formula. Base into height divided by 2. And that is area. So in this, what is input? base into height is input. Then what is output? Area is output. So this is output and these two are input of a program, right? So now program should take two inputs and then give the output. So for this, first of all, I will draw a flow chart. First thing is starting of a flow chart. So this is start. Now next, we should take input. See, imagine I am a program and you are using the program. So you are a user. So I have to find out the area of a triangle. Then what I should know? I should know what is base and height. Then I should ask you, tell me what is base and height. So I should take input from you. So the first thing is input. So first of all, I should ask, please enter base and height. So that can be written using a parallelogram. So input and output box. So here print, I will write a message, enter base and height. Enter base and height. This is the message. So it is just like I am asking you to please give me base and height. Then when you give me, I will take them in variables. So that is B and H. So two values, whatever you give, I will read them. So this is input. Input is over. Now next process. So what is the process? Formula. What is the formula? Area, I will call it as A, is assigned with base into height by 2. This is the formula. So even I can write them in bracket also. Now process is over. Now next is output. So I have to give you the result. So I should tell you that area is so and so. So next is again output. So for that parallelogram or output box, so here I should say print area is, right? So this is the message I am giving you. So this is area is. So the messages are written in quotes. Then next is A. I have the result in A. So that's all. This is the output, end of the flow chart. So this is end. Now next thing, I will write down a algorithm for this one. So algorithm will contain the same thing, just I will have to group all of them together here and I will write an algorithm. Then after that we will write a program. Algorithm area. Now inside this, let us begin. Now the same steps. First of all, I should give a message to you. I should tell you that enter base and height. Enter base and height. Then I should read the values that you are giving me in B and H. These are variables. Then I should calculate area. A assign B into H by 2. Now then I should print the result. Printf area is, so just it is print, right? So print this one. Then end of this algorithm. That's it. See, whatever the contents in flowchart and the algorithm looks similar because this is just formula based program. It's a very simple program. Write some extra things to write a algorithm. Right now it looks same. Now next I have to write down a C++ program for this one. So first thing is hash include. I should include a header file, that is IO stream. Hash include IO stream. Then using namespace, right? Using namespace std I have to write down. Then the next thing is int main function. Now let us convert this algorithm to a program. So inside the algorithm, very first thing is enter base and height. So it is print. So how to write print? We use cout. So already I have used namespaces, so I can directly say cout enter base and height. Enter base and height. So this will give a message on the screen, right? Enter base and height. This will appear on the screen. Then read B and H. So for reading, cin is there. So I should write cin, that is extraction operator, B. Then for another variable, again write the operator. So we cannot write comma. Don't get confused here. As many variables you are reading, you should write all of them with extraction operator. Now next important thing. This B and H, what they are? Variables. So in C++ program, you must declare the variable first. So okay, let us go back on the top and declare the variable. Which type of variables we want here? See, this result should be a float. So let us make everything as float. So I will declare them as float. float, base, height and area. So I have three variables, all of them are of type float. The next step in the algorithm, we have finished with this step and this step. The next is process. So find out the area. So A assign B into H divided by 2, and this I can put it in bracket. Then the next step is print the result, then end. So here I will write down area is, so see out first of all a message, that is area is, right? There's a message. Then display a variable. So there's a variable. See, the message should be in double quotes, variable should not be in double quotes, right? Then end of the program. So this is the C++ program. So first we have written the flow chart, then converted to algorithm that is having input, process, output. So this is also having input and then process and output. So these lines are input and this is for process and these lines for output. So I'll give the demonstration of this program in the next video, but before that you have a coding exercise. So in that coding exercise you have to write on a formula for this one. So some code is already written there, so just you have to write on the formula properly for finding the area of a triangle. So read the description in coding exercise and also read the comments properly and complete the coding exercise. Then after that you will find a demonstration video that after watching it you can do it on your own machine. So that's all in this video. We will learn more formulas in the coming videos. We'll write more programs using just formulas and expressions. In this video, let us write a program for finding the sum of first and natural number. So already we have seen the formula in the video called expression. So let us write a complete program. So let us see what does it mean by sum of first and natural number. See, natural number starts from 1 onward. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on up to some number. If you want to find the sum of all these numbers, then the formula is there, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. So for example, if I want to find out 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, up to 5 I want to find out. So how much it is? 3 plus 3, 6, 10, then 15. So this is coming up to 15. Now sum is 15. So if I use that formula, what it will be like, up to 5 I am finding out. So this is 5 into, this is 5 plus 1, 6 by 2. So how much this is? 6, 1, 6, 3s. So 5, 3, 15. So this is also 15. So yes, this is the formula. So formula for finding the sum of first and natural number, up to what number you want to find out. So this is a well-known formula, but I already have explained it now. Now next, we want to write a program. So for program, let us first of all write on a flow chart. So I'll prepare a flow chart. So for the flow chart, we should follow these steps for writing the program as well as flow chart. Input, process, output. So the basic programs will have these things. So what is input for this program? Let us see. In the formula, n is input. Yes, this is input. Then what is output? Sum is output. Yes, this is the output. And that is the formula. For processing, we use the formula. So let us draw a flow chart. Let us start first. Start. Now first step, I should take the input. So I should have an input box. And here I will say printf, enter n. I should know the value of n. See, the input is n here. So I should know the value of n. So enter n. Then read a value n in a variable n. The next step is process. So second step is process. So this input is over. Next is process. So what's the processing? Calculating sum. So how to calculate sum? Sum assigned with n into n plus 1 by 2. This is processing. The next step is output. So we have the result. Where is the result? In variable sum. So print that one. Then again input output box. So I will write down this and I will give a message that printf sum is. Then after this I will write down variable name. So this is a message in double quotes. Then after this, end of flow chart. So stop flow chart. So this is the flow chart for finding the sum of first and natural number using this formula. Now next thing, in the previous video I have written algorithm. Now I will not write algorithm. You know how to write it. Just you have to take these steps and write them in begin and end block. So now I will write on a C++ program directly. So I'll remove this and write down a C++ program looking at a flowchart. Starting off a program, first of all, say hash include IO stream. We have to include this header file. Then using namespace, right? That is standard std. In short, it is std. Then int main function. Now inside this, first thing what I should do, enter n, printf, print. So print means output on the screen. So display cout. So first write cout, enter n, enter n. Next, I should read the value. So for reading the value, it is cin. So say cin extraction operator n. What is this n? Is a variable. So I should declare the variable first. Yes. So if you read this flow chart, what are the variables I require? N and also result sum. So which type it is? See, it should be integer type because you are finding the sum of first and natural numbers are integers. So n as well as sum. Don't worry about the division because you will not get decimal result there. So you will get integer result only. So this is over. Now the next step is finding formula, that is sum. Sum assign n into n plus 1 by 2. Then after that, print the result. So sum, this is step I am writing, that is output. Sum is, so this is the message, it is closed. Then again insertion operator, write on the variable name, that is sum. This sum is a variable name, this is a part of a message, right? So I can even write a complete message, sum of the first and natural numbers is so and so. Then after that, as we wrote int here, so we can write return 0 here, and that's all. End of this one. So that's all, this is the program. So there is a coding exercise available for this one, so which asks you to write down the formula. So read the coding exercise and read the comments properly and then complete the coding exercise. Then after that, we have a video for demonstration of this one, right? So after watching, you practice on your own machine. If you have any questions, if you get any errors, just give a screenshot to me in question answer section, then I will give you a reply if you face any problem. So that's all in this video. Now next videos we will see more formulas. In this video we will write a program for finding the roots of a quadratic equation. So first of all, what is quadratic equation? An equation of this form, that is a polynomial of this form, x square and x power 0. This is x power 2, x power 1 and x power 0. There is nothing here. It means 1 is there, that is x power 0. So the highest degree is a 2. So a polynomial of degree 2 is a quadratic expression. And when it is equal to something that is 0, then it is quadratic equation. Then the coefficients of the highest degree term and the next degree term and the next degree term in the decreasing order. So these are the variables that are used here to find out the roots, means what are the possible values of x. So we get the possible values of x if we know a, b, c. So roots can be known by using this formula. So actually we will know for what values of x this equation will be equal to 0. That's it. So that are roots. So we will know the values of x. Now for this we will write a program. A program will take the input and find out the roots and gives the output. So we will follow those steps. See, let us see what is the input. Input is a, b and c. These three variables are input and root, result, is the output. So for this, let us first draw a flow chart. So start a flow chart. What is the input? We should know the coefficients a, b, c, three things. So inside this input output box, give a message, enter coefficients. Enter coefficients. Or instead of coefficients, I will say enter a, b and c, these three values. Now read a, b, c. So I should take the values. See, imagine I am a program, I have to calculate the roots. So then I should take a, b, c values from you, right? Means the coefficients. Next is process. So in the process, actually we get two roots because one is with plus and one is with minus. So R1 is the first root and that is minus b plus an sqrt of this formula b square minus 4ac. So this is b into b minus 4 into a into c. I need more space. Then this whole thing should be divided by 2 into a. Yes, this is the first one. And same way root 2 also, everything is same, minus b. Instead of plus, this is minus sqrt of b into b minus 4 into a into c, then by 2 into a. I got two roots. Now I have to give the output, that is the result. So give a message that roots are, so print the message roots are, then first one is R1 and the second one is R2, R1 and R2. That's all. This is the end of a flow chart. Now this is similar to the one we have seen in the previous videos also. So you can write on the algorithm. Now I will write on a C++ program for this one. So let us convert this flow chart into C++ program. So the very first thing you know well, that is hash include IO stream, right? So this is the first thing. Then we have to say using namespace. So say using namespace, right? Using namespace std. Then main function, this is the entry point of a program. So inside the main function, what is the first thing I should do? Take input, read ABC. So I should give a message cout, enter ABC, right? So the one who is using this program should know that ABC are the coefficients of a quadratic equation. Now I will be reading this ABC. So when I am reading ABC, I realize that these are the variables that I must declare. Yes, so what are the variables I need? A, B, C, R1, R2. These are the variables I need. So declare them, all of them here on the top. So I will declare all of them as float because this float is involved here. So let us make all of them as float. That is A, B, C, R1, R2. So all the variables I have declared. Then the first one, R1, assign with minus B plus, same formula. So I need not write down that, same thing as it is. I have written perfectly as required in C++ program. Write on this one. Then R2, that's the same formula, right? Just instead of plus, use minus. Then after that, print. So the result, cout. Now watch this carefully. I will say roots are, right? Then after this, first root, then next root, second root, but there should be space in between two values because the first time we are displaying two values now. So there should be space in between them. Suppose one value is 1, other is 5, there should be a space in between them. So roots are, then for the space, just give quotes with a blank space. Then gives R2, that's it. And last thing is return 0. So this is what, because we have written int here, so return 0. It's like a formality. Later we will learn what does it really mean by return 0 in the later videos. So that's all. This is a C++ program. So there is a coding exercise available. So you have to write on this complete formula there. So read the description and whatever is asked in that coding exercise, you complete that. Then after that, there is a demo video on this one. So the coding part, so you have to practice that on your own machine. And also there are few more coding exercises for the other formulas we have seen in the beginning when we were talking about experiment. Like for finding the speed and finding the perimeter of a rectangle, like that. There are some more coding exercises. So read the description and you can do that, right? So that's all about the expression and all. Then we will move on to the next topic. So that's all about the expressions and all. We have seen different expressions and written the programs. Now we'll move to little advanced topic in the next video. Let us write a program for finding the area of a circle. So for that I will take float variables, that is radius of a circle and area of a circle. Then let us take input, what is the radius, enter radius. Then scene, read radius r. Then find out area. Area is 3.1425 f. This is the float value, multiplied by radius and again radius, that is radius square. Then see out area is area variable and L. Let us run the program and see. Yeah, enter radius. It's asking for radius. I'll give the radius as 7. So it's 153.98. Instead of taking a float value, even I can say 22 divided by 7. But this will give an integer result. Let us try and see what will be the result. 7. It's 147. Actually, it should be, exact value should be 154, but it is giving 147 because this is not taking a float value. This is giving 22 divided by 7. This gives only 3. I want a float value. So one method is I can make this number as float. So this 22 divided by 7 is float value. So it will give a float result, multiplied by result will give me a float result. Let us check what happens. Radius is 7. Yes, now it is giving exact result, that is 154. The other way, instead of making it as 0.0, I can also write float in front of this. And let us check now again. 7, 154. See, if I don't write 7, it was taking 22 divided by 7, so it will divide for 3 times. So it was taking just 3. So decimal part was removed. Decimal part was truncated. So by converting into float, we are getting correct result. Instead of 22 by 7, if I write 3.1425, so it is up to 4 digits only. So I'm not getting the exact result. Instead of 154, I'm getting 153.9. So that's it. It depends what type of values you are using in an expression. The result will depend on that. So you have to be careful with this one. These are the basic blocks of our program. So if the expressions are perfect, then the results will be perfect. Let us write a program for finding the roots of a quadratic equation. So I will take coefficients, that is a, b and c. I am taking these as integer, and float type of roots, that is root 1 and root 2. Now let us take input, enter 3 values, that is coefficients. Then scene, read a, b and c. Now how to find the root is, root 1 is minus b plus sqrt of b into b minus 4 into a into c. Then this is divided by 2 into a. So this 2a, it should be dividing the entire numerator. So all those things will come in numerator. Now this is the perfect expression. Now same way I will find out second root also, and the second root is with minus 1. Now let us see what is the error message I am getting here. The error message I am getting is use of undeclared identifier sqrt. So for that I should include math.h. This function is present in math library. Now that error message is gone, and here I will say cout root 1 and some space between them, and then root 2 and L. So you have to be very careful while writing the expression. Parenthesization is very important. So what you want, based on that, be careful that you are writing the expression so you get the correct result. First, you should know what you want, and you should make sure that you have written the expression perfectly to get the required answer. Let us run this and see. To give the values where we get the equal roots. A value is 4, B value is 8, and C value is 4 again. Now the result is -1, -1. So the roots are equal. So that's it. So this is a simple program for finding the roots of a quadratic equation. Now let us write a program for finding the speed. I'll take initial velocity, that is u, and final velocity, that is v, and a as acceleration, and the speed I may get it as float value, so I will declare it as float. Then cout, enter. So I should mention initial, final velocity and acceleration, so I'll just say 3 numbers, enter 3 numbers. Then cin, I will read values, that is u and v and a. Now for calculating speed, the formula is v square, that is v into v, minus u square, that is u into u, divided by 2 into a. No, this will be wrong, because 2a, everything is in denominator, so this should be enclosed in brackets, and this entire thing is in numerator, so it should divide the whole value, that is v square minus u square. Now this is perfect. And finally we will see out speed is the value that is we got in variable speed. Initial velocity is 10 and the final velocity is 40 and the acceleration is 3. So speed is 250. That's it. These are a few sample programs. More programs I'll be giving an exercise. You solve them and practice the programs. We have already written few simple programs using formulas or expressions. We have already used arithmetic operators. We have a lot of other operators to learn, so slowly we'll be learning about them. Now we will learn about compound assignment operators. These are related to arithmetic as well as other operators also. So let us understand what these are and when they are useful. See, already I have listed the compound assignment operators. So this you can see it is plus assign, minus assign. So the operator is coming before the assignment, right? Usually the expression or all the operators will be after the assignment, but here it is coming before the assignment. So when it is useful, let us see. For that I have taken one example here. I have some variables a, b, c which are having some values, and sum is also there which is having some value. Now the first thing, I want to add sum and a and store the result in sum itself. So let us see how I can do that. I want to add sum. Sum is how much? 5. Then a, how much a is? 10. Then this will be 5 plus 10, that is 15. Where I want to store? In sum only. So assign sum. So this means this will be added and the result will be stored in sum. Now sum becomes how much? 15. Right now sum is 5. So sum becomes 15. So these type of statements are commonly used in programming. Not now, in the coming sections you will find them. So right now we are learning about this operator so that we can use them whenever we require. Now we'll see the same statement can be written using compound assignment operator. Let us see this. See here in this expression, we find a variable sum is used on the right hand side of assignment as well as left hand side of assignment. When it is appearing on the both the side, it means that this result is added with sum and the result is stored in sum. So the value of a is added and the result is stored in sum. So the same thing can be written like this: sum plus assign a. So instead of writing like this, we can write it like this. What is the benefit? The first benefit is it's easily readable. See, for a beginner, it is not readable. But when you are writing C++ programs, you get used to, then it is easy for understanding that, okay, the result on the right hand side is added with sum and the result is stored in sum. And the second thing, this operation will be faster than this one. Because, and one more thing, this operation will be little faster than this one. Internally, compiler will make it faster. So this statement is faster. Now next thing, I'll show you one more expression. In that, I'll give you more clear idea where this type of statements are useful. I want to add sum A, B and C together and store the result in sum again. So I'll write the expression sum plus A plus B plus C, and I want to store the result in sum. So it means all these things are added along with sum and the result is stored in sum. This is in a single statement. Now I want to break it in multiple statements, means repeated addition I want to do. First A, then B, then C. So let us see how we can do that. So first of all, let us add A. Instead of this, I am writing another method. See, sum assign sum plus A. So A is added with sum and the result is stored in sum. Now how much sum will be? Right now sum is 5 and A, so sum becomes 15. Next statement, sum assign sum plus B. So right now sum is 15 and then add B to it, that is 5. So this becomes 20. Then again sum assign sum plus C. So sum is right now 20 and plus C is 15. So sum becomes 35. So this is done in steps. So sometimes in our programs, that is in coming sections, we will see that we have to add multiple values one by one. So in such situations, we use this type of operator, that is compound assignment. So the same thing, I can write it like this now: sum plus assign A and sum plus assign B, sum plus assign C. So the same statements are written like this now. So instead of adding all of them, I have broken them to give you the idea how this compound assignment operator is used. So if you have to add more than one elements one by one, that is repeatedly I have to add, then we can go for this. Actually, we need the statement like this. Same statement can be written like this. This gives more meaning and these are faster in C++. So this example I have given it only for addition, but it can be done for subtraction, multiplication, division, for all these. And these are bitwise operators. We have not seen them. We'll look at them in the coming videos. So for bitwise operators also we have compound assignment operators. Now I will take one more example for multiplication and I will show you. Now here I have a variable called product which is having value 1. I want to multiply A, B, C and also with product and store the result in product. So this can be written as product multiplied by A multiplied by B multiplied by C. Suppose I want like this. Then the same thing can also be written like this: product multiplied assign A into B into C. So this means that multiply all these and multiply the result with the product also and store the result in product. So the same statement can be written like this. Now if you want to break it into multiple statements, you can break them. So that's all about this compound assignment operator. So I have shown you just arithmetic operators. Other operators are also there. We may be using these operators in our program wherever required. So right now there are no example programs on this one, but just I will show you the demonstration for this compound assignment operators in the next video. So that's all. Let us look at compound statements. These are commonly used statements in programming. Like if I have a variable sum which is having value 10, then also I have one variable x that is having value 5. So usually we say what? Sum plus assign x. So the value of x and sum are added, then where the result should be stored, I am storing it in sum again. So I can say that the value of sum is updated by adding value of x. So the result is back in x. Let us display this and see what the result will be shown. Yeah, see, this is 15. 10 plus 5 is 15. So instead of writing the statement like this, writing sum on both the side, we can also say sum plus assign x. So this is a compound statement for addition, and the result will be same. It is 15. So this is a very handy statement, and it is more readable. Instead of writing sum on both the side, if you write some compound statement, if you use, then it's very easy to read. Even I can use multiplication here. So this will multiply x with sum, and the result is stored in sum again. So if I am displaying sum, then the result is 50. And one more statement I'll show you more commonly used, that is, if I have a variable x whose value is 10, then I can say x assign x plus 1. So this will increase the value of x by 1. And if I print this one, so x, let us print the value of x. X should change by 1, incremented by 1. Yes, it became 11. Even we can use minus. This is decrement by 1, 9, we are getting the result. Now instead of writing like this, we can also say x plus assign 1. So 1 will be added to x. That's it. This is 11. So this is how you make use of compound statements. So we will write few programs where we will be using compound statements. Now the next topic is increment decrement operators. These are most commonly used operators in C++ programming. So in this video, we will understand what are these operators and what is their use. We will learn about this. And also after this video, we will have a demonstration. So let us look at the operators. See here, there are two types of operators. One is increment operator and second one is decrement operator. Then again, in increment decrement, again there are two types. One is pre-increment, second is post-increment. Likewise, pre-decrement and post-decrement. So we'll understand what are all these and how they work. Now for explanation, I have taken one example here. See, I have a variable I. I is already having value 5. Then I have written this type of statement. So this type of statement you are already familiar with. What does it mean? This means that in the value of I, that is 5, add 1. So make it 6. Total will be 6. And store this 6 in I. So with this, value of I will increase by 1. Increment by 1. The same statement even I can write like this by using compound assignment operator. I plus assign 1. So if suppose I value is 5, then plus 1 it becomes 6, and 6 is stored in I. So instead of writing I assign I plus 1, I can also write I plus assign 1. This we have learned in the previous video. Now we have increment operator instead of that. So let us see what is the use. See, here I is 5, then plus 1 it becomes 6, then plus 1 it will become 7. So by adding 1 every time, we can go on increment it. What is the use of such variable? Why you want to increment it? See, these type of variables are mostly useful for counting. Like if you count, you will say first 1, then plus 1 you will say 2, then plus 1 you will say 3, plus 1 you say 4. So for counting purpose, you have to go on adding 1 to the number, so it will be go on increasing by 1 every time. So it helps for counting. So yes, this type of operation, that is incrementing by 1, is more common in programming wherever we have to count. So here I is just like a counter. So right now I is 5, then plus 1 it becomes 6. So if you want to count from the beginning, you can start I from 0 onward. 0, then 1, then 2, then 3 and 4, so on. So as I said, this counting is more common in programming. That is the reason C++ has introduced increment operator. So instead of writing it like this or this, we can write I plus plus. This also means the same thing. This is same as these two statements. Here we are adding 1, here we are adding 1, and this also means adding 1. Once you get used to, then it looks very simple that plus plus means increase the value by 1. So this is more commonly useful in loops, where we will perform repeated statements. So repeatedly we go on incrementing it, so it behaves like a counter. Now I will show you what is the difference between pre-increment and post-increment. So once we understand this, I don't have to explain this one, you can understand by yourself. Now let us see the difference. I will remove this and I will take a different example and show you. So here I have an example. Let us understand pre-increment and post-increment. I have a variable x having value 5. Then if I say x plus plus, then x becomes 6. Even if I say plus plus x, then also x becomes 6. Whether I write like this or like this, both have same meaning. Either pre-increment or post-increment, or post or pre, whatever the statement may be, the result is same. Then what is the difference between pre and post? So let us see. Just remove this. Think these are not there. Now again, x is 5. So if I say y assigned with plus plus x, right now x is 5. Okay, assume these are not there. Okay, I'll remove them. So y assigned plus plus x means what? There are two operations here. One is increment, other one is assignment. So which has to be done first? So first increment has to be done. This operation has to be done. Then second, this operation has to be done. So first increment is done. Increment is done means this x becomes 6. So this becomes 6. And 6 is stored in y. So after this, if you print the result, then x is also 6 and y is also 6. So this means first increment the value, then assign it to y. This is the meaning. Now what does it mean by post increment? So I'll write on the same thing again. Let us say x is 5 only right now. Okay, don't treat it as 6. Freshly again it is 5. So then if I write y assign x plus plus, then there are two operations here, assignment and increment. So which has to be done first? So first this has to be done, then this has to be done, second one. So it means the value of x is assigned to y first. So what is x right now? 5. So y becomes 5. Then x plus plus, x becomes 6. Afterwards x becomes 6. So this will be the result of this statement. So here two operations were there. So first this was performed, then this one. Then here first assignment is performed, then this one. What does it mean? Pre-increment means first increment it and use the variable. And post-increment means first use the variable in the assignment and then increment it. I'll show you one more example. See, suppose I have some more variables like y is also there, y is having value 10 and z is also there. So if I say z assign x plus plus multiplied by y. So actually x and y has to be multiplied, but x should also be incremented. So first increment is done or afterwards it is done. So afterwards, so first which operation is performed? Multiplication. So what is the value of x? 5 into 10. So this 50 is stored in z and then x becomes 6. X will become 6. So after this, the result will be x is 6 and y is 10 only. It is not being modified and z becomes 50. This is the result. And if I am using pre-increment here, if I say plus plus x, then what happens? So first of all, this x will increment and x becomes 6 and then multiplied by y, that is 10, and the result 60 is stored in z. So the result is this one and z will be having value 60 because first the value of x is incremented, then later used in the expression. This is the difference between pre-increment and post-increment. So depending on your requirement, you should know which one you want in a particular formula or an expression, and you should use that one. And when you are using independently, once again I will show you, if you write just x plus plus or plus plus x, they have same effect. But if you use it along with some other variables, then they have different meaning. That's how pre-increment and post-increment are different. So this increment, decrement operators, you know them right now. So we'll use them at many places, right? So we don't have to see any example programs on this one right now, but there is a coding exercise available. So you complete that coding exercise, and also demonstration of these operators is given in the next video. So that's all about increment and decrement operators. Let us look at increment and decrement operators. I have a variable I, and this is 5. Now one method of incrementing value of I is I assign I plus 1, or else I can say I plus assign 1, or even I can say I plus plus. This is a unary operator. We don't need any other thing. Like here we require 1, but here nothing is required. So this will increment the value of I. Let us try to print the value of I and C and L. I became 6. Even if I write plus plus I, then also I get the same result, 6. Then what is the difference between pre-increment and post-increment? Like this is called as pre-increment, and writing I plus plus is called as post-increment. Let us see the difference. Here I will take one more variable, that is j, and I will say j assign with I plus plus. So I am using post-increment. Let us print the value of I as well as j. Let us see these values. I am incrementing I and also assigning the result in j. So let us see what happens, whether the assignment is done first or increment is done. See, I became 6 because I has incremented, and j is 5. So it means the first value of I is assigned in j, then the value of I is incremented to 6. If I write it other way, like plus plus I, let us see what happens now. Both are 6. So it means the value of I is changed to 6 plus first, that is I plus plus, then the result is assigned to j. So this is pre-increment, and that one was post-increment. I'll add one more expression here. I will say 2 multiplied by plus plus I and 2 multiplied by I plus plus. So if I guess the value, it should be value of I is 5, so it should become 6. Then 6 should be multiplied by 2, so this should become 12. Then this I value will increment afterwards, so still I is 6, so this is 12, so the result should be 24. Like already I have discussed that we should not use multiple increment decrement operators on the same variable inside single expression. So multiple unsequenced modifications to I. This is a warning showing you that we cannot guarantee you the results whatever you are expecting. So let us run and see. We are expecting 24 from here. Okay, we got 24. That's good. So we got the correct result. Now if I write this as I plus plus, so I guess that value of I will change afterwards. So this should be 2 into 5, that is 10. Then I change to 6, so 6 into 2, that is 12. So this should be 22. Yes, I am getting the same result. But here, whatever I was expecting, I was getting the same result. It may not be true in every compiler of C++. You can try in different compilers and check the results. The results may vary. Similarly, as we have increment operator, decrement operators are also there. They are also pre-increment and post-increment operators are there. So you can try those operators. The topic is overflow. This is just a concept, and this is very useful concept for interviews. In interviews, they may ask questions directly upon overflow, or questions they may frame depending on overflow. And this is a general topic, not just related to C++. In every programming language, this concept applies. So for understanding overflow, we have to revise few concepts that we have studied in previous videos. Then I'll explain you what does it mean by overflow. So for that, I have taken an example. Here I have a character type variable and x is having value 127. How many bytes character takes? It takes 1 byte. 1 byte means 8 bit. So this is 1 byte and I am showing all the bits, that is 0 to 7. This is least significant bit and this is most significant bit. Then how data is actually represented in memory? It is represented in binary form. So this number 127 is stored in binary form. So how it looks like in binary form? This is the conversion from decimal number to binary number. We have already learned this. So I have got the digits as 11111 ones. So 7 ones and leading bit, that is most significant, is 0. So you should be knowing this one, that already we have discussed this one. I have said that this is sign bit, right? If it is 0 means number is positive. If it is 1 means number is negative. So right now it is 0 means it is positive and it is positive 127. Then one more thing we should know, what is the range of values that a character can store? See, characters are alphabets we use, but we don't write alphabet in the memory. We write ASCII codes for them, right? So what are the range of values? It is from minus 128 to 127. So range of character is minus 128 to 127, right? Now coming to the concept. Let us understand the concept. See, right now the variable is having the largest value possible, that is maximum value. Beyond that, we cannot have any value in the character type variable. If we have it, then what happens? So right now it is 127. I will make it as plus x if I write this statement. Then what it will become? It will try to go to the next value which is not there. So what happens to the data? This will become minus 128. When you try to cross this value beyond this one, so it will come down to this one. And vice versa. If it is minus 128 and if you try to reduce it, decrease it by 1, then it will go to 127. So it's more like cyclic. So if you come from 127 beyond that, it will be minus 128. And from this side, it will go to 127. Just like a hand in a clock. Like this is 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now if a hand is here, then if you move next, it will not go to 13, it will go to 1. And if the hand is here, if you move this side, it will not go to 0, that is less than 1 is 0, but it will come to 12. So just like cyclic, it is cyclic behavior. So this is called as overflow. So when the value is more than the capacity, so it will take the values again from the beginning. That is overflow. Why it happens, how magically it takes the values, that I will show you here. See, suppose this is the byte and already I have a number here. Now in this, let us add 1 because plus means it will increase by 1. So if it is increased by 1, if 1 is added to this, what will be the result? 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 means 1, 0 in binary form. So this is 0, carry 1. Then again 1 plus 1, 2. So this is 0 and carry 1. This is 0, carry 1. So for all this we get carry 1, right? So this is 0, carry 1. This is 0, carry 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros and this is 1. So what is this bit? Sign bit. So it has become 1, means it is negative. Yes, this is a negative number. But what is the value? Let us check the value. This is 2 power 0, 2 power 1 and this is 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 and 128. So yes, this is 128. See, the value is 128 and also the same bit is acting as a sign bit. So it is minus 128. So this is minus 128. See, this is how it became. Magically it has came on to minus 128. We were at 127, then we tried to go to the next value and it has came down into the beginning of the range, that is minus 128. Now one more thing, actually the number that we got is in 2's complement because negative numbers are stored in 2 complement. It is in 2's complement. So if I want to get the original number, then again I should find out its 2's complement. But in this case, I'll get back the same number. You can do it by yourself. Find 2's complement. You will get back same thing again. So I am not doing it. Directly I am showing you that is minus 128. Now let us display this value and check it. So if I write cout x If I write X, it will display a symbol, that is character symbol for this one, like there is minus 128, it will get some junk character will appear. I want numeric value, that is minus 128. So typecast it as integer and display it. So integer of X. Now you can see minus 28 on displayed on the screen. So that's all. This is the topic of overflow, right? I have shown it only for the character, but the same thing applies on integer also and long integer also. It's the same thing. So there is a demo available in the next video. You can see the demo. The same thing I will demonstrate and show you. There are no programs. We don't use it in the program. Just it's a concept. Okay. So that's all in this video. Let us see what overflow is. Here I will take one variable of type character X. In this, I will assign value 127, then I will say cout, display it in integer form, that is X and L. Let us see what I get. This is valid value within the range, so I am getting 127. Let me assign 128. This is out of the range because the maximum value that I can store in a character is 127. So I got a prompt. I got a warning here, that is implicit conversion from int to char changes value from minus 128 to minus 128. As I said, that overflow means it will take a cyclic value from after 127, that is the maximum, it will turn into a minimum value possible. So let us run and see what output we get. See, minus 128. If I take it as 127 only and I say X plus plus, then let us see what happens. It's the same thing again. So it's overflow, value is overflown and it will take the next value. I will assign 130. So 130 gives me minus 125. So overflow, so it has taken the cyclic result. Now I will take the value as 128 and in that I will subtract X minus minus. This means the smallest value is 128, then still decrementing it will take the largest value of type character, that is 127. Yes, it is 127. So this is a overflow in the character. Character takes just 1 byte. So I have taken the example of a character. You can do it with the integer also. Let me try with integer. Integer X assign int max. So this is the maximum integer value. Then after this, if I say X plus, okay, let me print this one and see. Maximum integer is 2147483647. Now if I say X plus plus, then it should take a smallest value. This is the smallest value that is possible in integer, that is minimum integer. So that's it. This is about overflow. Bitwise operators, this is one of the interesting topic. These operations are performed on the bits of the data, not on the whole data as a single unit, but on the bits of the data. Let us see what are the operations available. See, bitwise AND, bitwise OR, and bitwise XOR or XOR, and bitwise NOT, left shift and right shift. Let me quickly show you how these operations work. See, if there are two bits, bit 1 and bit 2, two bits are there, and if both the bits are 0, then bit 1 and bit 2 will also be 0. And if any one of the bit is 1, then also it is 0. If this is 0, this is 1, then also 0. And if both are 1, then only it is 1. So it is just like a logical AND. So when you use bitwise ANDing, it will be 1 if both the bits are 1. Then if I say OR, then this will be 1 if any one of the bit is 1. See, this is 1, so answer is 1. Out of these two bits, this is 1, so answer is 1. Or both are 1, so the answer is 1. Then if it is XOR, this one, then if both the bits are different, then only it will be 1. Both the bits are same, then it will be 0. Exclusive OR means exclusively, if one is a 1, then the other bit must be 0. or if one bit is 0, then the other bit must be definitely 1. So this is XOR. Not means whatever the bit is there, if it is 1 it will become 0, if it is 0 it will become 1, then this. Let us learn all these operations by using examples. While explaining that, I'll also explain about the shift operations. If I have integer variable x and the value is 11 and the y value is 5. Now these two integer variables I have taken, we know that these numbers are actually stored in the binary form. So what will be the value of x in the binary form? 11 means 1011. If I say integer takes 2 bytes, then it will be total 16 bits. So 4 bits are there, then the remaining all bits will be 0 only. But I will not write all 16 bits, I'll just write 8 bits here. Then same way, y value 5, it is 101, and the remaining bits are all zeros. So let us understand this upon 8 bits only. And if I use AND operation now and try to store the result in one more variable z, let us see what happens. If I say z assign x and y, then these bits are AND. 1 and 1 is 1, 1 and 0 is 0, 0 and 1 is 0, 1 and 0 is also 0. So this will be 1. So binary form, it is 1. So z will get the value 1. So this is how bitwise ANDing is performed. So if you AND 11 and 5, then the result is 1. I'll change the value. Instead of 5, I will take 7. Let us see what will be the result. 7 is 111. Then what will be the result? 1 and 1, 1. 1 and 1, 1. 0 and 1, 0. 1 and 0, 0. And all these are zeros only. Then this is how much. In binary form, this is 1, 1. So in decimal form, it will be 3. So 11 and 7 result is 3. Let us see what will be the result of OR operation. So I will take x as 11 only and y as 7. Then instead of AND, I will use OR operation. Then result will be 1 or 1 is 1, 1 or 1 is 1, 0 or 1 is also 1, 1 or 0 is also 1, and all these are zeros only. Then this is in the binary form, it is 1111. So in decimal, it is 15. 11 or 7 is 15. See, it is not like addition or subtraction. Directly you look at the value and give the answer. Unless you perform some bitwise operations, you cannot give the answer. If you have some practice on this one, then you may be able to directly give the answer by looking at them. Now next, let us see what is the result of XOR. This XOR operation I will take. Both are same, 0. Both are same, 0. These two are different, 1. These two are different, 1. Then leading all are zeros. So this is 12. Result is 12. In decimal form, this is 12. See, this is 1, 2, 4, 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. So the answer is 12 here. Let us look at NOT. I will take a character type variable x with value 5 and also one variable y. Character takes just 1 byte in C++. So this x in the binary form, it will be 5 is 101 and remaining all bits are zeros. So this is the binary form of 5. Then if I say y assign not of x, then let us see what happens. Not means every binary bit will change its state. That is 0 will become 1, 1 will become 0. So this becomes a 0 and 1 and 0. Then all these are 1s. So this is the complement or the NOT of x. Now as this bit is a sign bit, so this is 1 now. So it means the number is negative. The negative numbers in C++ are represented in 2's complement form. If you want to get the positive value of it, then again you have to take 2's complement, then you get the positive value. So it is a negative number. Then what is the value in decimal form? So to know the value in decimal form, I should convert it into 2's complement, then I can get the value. So let us convert into 2's complement. First convert zeros to ones and ones to 0. So this is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Then add 1 to this number. So 1 plus 1 is 2, that is 0 carry 1, and this is 1 and this is 1. Then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then how much this is? 6. So this is a negative 6. So naught of 5 is minus 6. Now before going further, let us put a question here. Where do you need this? If you are developing device drivers, or if you are developing core system programs or system applications or tools, then there you may be working more closer to electronics, and these are the operations in electronics. So your C program also, you want it to perform those type of operations. Your logic itself is defined in terms of bit operations, so then you can use this operators there for writing your procedures. So if you are writing hardware based or device drivers, there it is useful. Now let me show what does it mean by left shift and right shift. I will take the value of x as 5 and y. So in binary form, 5 is 1, 0, 1. So leading all 16 bits as zeros, remaining bits are zeros. So I will just add 8 here. I will write just 8 bits here. This is x. Left shift by 1, and I want to store the result in y. Then this bit is shifted here, so this is 1, and this is shifted here 0, this is shifted here 1, and all these bits are shifted this side. So remaining 5 bits are shifted this side. This place is vacant now, so here 0 is inserted. Now how much this is? This is 1, 2, 4, 8. So this is 8 plus 2, this is 10. So actually what has happened is, when you shift all these bits on the left hand side by one space, then this 5 will get multiplied by 2. If you move them by 2 space, then it will get multiplied by 4. So it is just like whatever the value of x is, this will get multiplied by 2 power whatever the number you write here, whatever the number you write. So if I say x left shift I, then this will be x into 2 power I. So if it is 1, then it is multiplied by 2. If I is 2, then x will be multiplied by 4, and so on. Now similarly, if right shift is used, then if I say x right shift by I, then x will get divided by 2 power I. So if 5 will get half, that is a 2 integer division. If it is a 10, it will become 5. So the number will become half if you right shift by one place. If it is done by 2 places, then it is divided by quarter, that is 4. It will convert into quarter, that is divided by 4. But one thing you remember here, sign bit is not included. The most significant bit, if the number is negative, it remains negative only. If it is positive, it remains positive only. Sign bit is not a disturb in left shift and right shift operations. Let us see this practically by writing some program. Let us look at bitwise operations. I have one variable x, in that I will take value 11, and y I will take value 5, and also z. Let us say z assign x and y. So AND operation is performed on the values of x and y, and the result is stored in z. So let us display the value of z and L. Let me run this and see what the result will be. Like I have already discussed, the result will be 1. So that's it. How the bitwise operations are performed already I have shown you. Let us take the y value, change the y value to 7, and see what the result will be. Yes, we are getting the value 3, and we have already seen on board. Now instead of AND operation, I will show OR operation. Let us see what the result we get. Yeah, we got the value 15. All become ones. 11 is 1011 and 7 is 111. So when OR operations perform, all the bits becomes 1 and the result is 50. Let me show you XOR. This is XOR operation. Let us check the value. Yeah, this is 12. So we have seen AND, OR and XOR operations. Now let us take a character type variable. I'll remove this. Let us take a character type variable X with value 5 and also Y. Then let us say Y assign with X left shift by 1, and let us display the value of Y and L. Trying to display it as character, so I will just typecast it as integer and see what's the output. The values will be, the bits are shifted on the left hand side and the number gets doubled, that is, it is becoming 10. Now if I have the value 20 here and if I right shift them by 1, let us see what is the result. The number will get divided by 2 and the result is 10. If I left shift, then the number will get multiplied by 2 and the result will be 40. Yes, this is 40. Now let us look at the last bitwise operation, that is NOT. If I have X is equals to 5 and if I say NOT of X, then as I have already discussed on board and show you the value, that it will be minus 6. Yes, we got the answer minus 6. How we are getting this answer already I have discussed on board. The topic is enumerated data type, enum, that is enumerated data type, and also we will learn about type def. Enum is useful for defining user defined data types. Means as a programmer we can define our own data types. There are a lot of data types given in C++ like integer, float, double and so on. If at all you want to define your own data type, you can define. But you cannot introduce something new. You have to use these existing data type only and define them. So let us see examples where we can use enum. See, first example. In your application, in your program, you are using department names like computer science department, like electronic and communication engineering department, and information technology and civil engineering department. You have to use these departments in your application. Like a student belongs to which department you want to check, or you want to store the information, or an employee or a faculty belongs to which department. So there is something related to department. Now the question is, how do you represent department? Will you write the name of the department? Name of the department means it will be a string. ECE, it's a string. Now working with string is little time consuming because it's not one letter, it's a set of characters. We want to make it faster. So mostly in daily life we find that if you have some commonly used terms or words, we define codes for them. We define codes. So in programming, this is very common, that if you have a limited set of words commonly used, then you can assign codes for them and you can use codes. So for this departments, I can give codes. Like let us say this is department number 1 and this is 2 and this is 3 and this is 4. Now 1 means CS, 2 means electronics, like this. So we can use numbers instead of using strings. So this will be faster and easy also for programming. Now similarly I have other examples also. Let us look at them. Now this is file menu. In any application, if you open, you will find a menu called file, and in that you will have some options. So I am talking only about the file menu, not about all others. So this is file menu. So for this, let us say the code for this is 0 and this is 1 and this is 2 and this is 3. New means 0, open means 1, save means 2. Like this is menu, so menu driven program. So menu options, so and so option. 0 means option new, 1 means option open. Like this you can give the codes. Similarly here, if you are using days, then Monday is 0, Tuesday is 1, then Wednesday is 2 and so on. And these are playing cards. See, these are card shapes. So there are 4 different shapes of cards: club, spade, diamond and heart. So for this also you can give codes. Right. So in your application, in your program, 0 means club, 1 means spade. You can treat it like this. So numeric values can represent those words. Right. And same way for the feedback, poor feedback or satisfactory, good and excellent, you can give some codes. So this is a common practice. In daily life also we use codes. Now these were the examples. Now we want to learn how we can define these codes in our programs and use them. So for this, there are more than one options. So first option I will tell you, I'll take this example like CSE, EC for all these. I can define constants. I can say const integer CS is 1 or const integer ECE is 2. Now whenever you say EC, it's not a string now, it's a constant. It's a value 2. Right? So like this for other two also we can do this. So I can define constants. So if there are 4, I can define 4 constants. If there are 10, I can define 10 such constants. In our application, wherever we write CSE, it should mean as 1. Right? It should mean as 1. A code is there for it. So it's not a string now, it's a code. This is one method. Now if I am defining like 7 codes here, this will be too lengthy. So instead of that, is there any way that we can collectively define them together? Yes, that is enum. I can define them as enum, all those constants together. So for days, I will show you. So the method of defining enum is say enum and say day or days, plural, whatever it is. Then what are the days? Monday, Tuesday, in lower cases I am writing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Now this means I am defining all these constants together. This is nothing but defining the constants like this. Now Monday will be 0, Tuesday will be 1, Wednesday will be 2 and so on. Automatically they will take all those values. So instead of writing them constants one by one, 7 times I have to write down. Instead of that, you make it as a data type. Now day is a new data type. This is user defined data type. Right? And what are the values it can have? It can have the values from Monday to Sunday. So what is the value of Monday? Monday is 0. So automatically it takes, this is as 0, this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it defines the collection of values with these figures or with these codes. Automatically it happens. You don't have to mention 0, 1, 2, 3. By default, the first one is 0. The starting one is 0. Now if I have defined this in my program, then I can use it in my program. Let us say inside the main function. This is done outside the main function. Inside the main function, I can declare the variable of type day now. Day, D. D is a variable of type day now. See, this is a variable of which type? Day type. What is day? It's a data type. Is it built in? No, we have defined it. This is our data type. Yes. Now what are the values that day can have? You can assign anything from these set of values. You can write Monday or you can write Friday. Anything you can write to this one. But you cannot directly assign the value 0 now. So this will be invalid. You have to use those set of values only. And at any place in your program you want to check whether it is Monday or not. So you have to check it like this. If day is equals to Monday. So you can check like this, and if it is true, then answer will be true, means it will enter into this if block. So if day is Monday, it will be true. Now let us define an enum for this one. For this one, I'll remove this and I will define. For this, let us say enum, and these are departments, DPT. Now the departments are CS, then EC. See, if I write CS, by default, as I said, it will start from 0. If you want to change it, you can change the number. So if you say CS assign 1, then next write just ECE. This will automatically become 2. So this is the starting point. You can just mention the starting point, right? Then this becomes 2 and this becomes 3 and civil becomes 4. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. So if you mention some starting number, then the remaining, it will take the next number. Automatically takes the next number. Now in my program, inside main function, if I want to declare variable of type department, DPT, D, then D assign CS. Like this you can use. Or any other department you can assign. So you can declare the variable which can have only these set of values, right? You cannot write anything other than this. Next, here I will change some values, right? I will remove this. Suppose I say Monday as 1. So this will be 1. Then if I write just Tuesday, then automatically it will be 2. Then for Wednesday, I will write 5. So this will become 5. Then Thursday, if I say, this will automatically become 6. Right? Then Friday, it will automatically become 7. Then Saturday, if I say 9, then it will become 9. Then Sunday, it will become 10. So I can mention the values at different places. I can change the values, but the next term or the next constant will be a next number. Like if this is 1, then automatically I am not assigning here anything. So this will become 2. Right? Now this is 5. I am not assigning any value here. So this will become 6. The next number it will take for the next constant that we are defining. So this is about enum. This feature is available, but how to use it, it's all up to a programmer. First of all, programmer should think that he needs some codes. If he is not using codes, then he cannot think of using enum. First of all, if you are following an approach that you are assigning codes to some strings or some names, then you can think of using enum. So utilizing it or not, it's a user's choice. It's not frequently used. If it is used, then the programming will be more better. So the program will be more readable. So you don't have to write on the codes like just 0, 1, 2, 3. You can use the names like this, CS, EC, IT. So the program becomes more readable and easy for programming. If a project is very lengthy, it's a very big project, then it will be very easy for working in that project if you use names. Then next we will see type def. Now let us look at type def, that is type definition. What is this? So for explanation, I have taken one example here. So if you see this example, I have some variables. All these are of type integer. These are of type integer. Now the variable names, if you see M1, M2, M3, R1, R2, R3. So what is this? See, I have not used meaningful name, readable name. So usually programmers, they have the habit of doing this. Like when you are learning now C++, now for quickly practicing, you will give the names like this. You will not give lengthy names or more meaningful names. And that will become your habit. So even in your real projects or the major projects also, you will follow the same thing. So you'll give the names like this. And if this type of names are given, they are not readable. And if the project is becoming lengthy and it's taking much time, it is very tough for you to work on the project, because you yourself cannot figure out what is M1, what is M2. Today you wrote something, tomorrow you come back to work and again you read the code. What is this M1? I forgot. For what I declared? So this type of problem arises if you are not using a readable or meaningful name. So this issue is readability issue, right? Again I tell you, it's a readability issue. Now what I want is, I want to make those variable meaningful. So if not the names, if I cannot give names, at least this data type should tell me what is that. So yes, that I can do it using type def. So let us do it. I'll define a type def. So actually this M1, M2, M3 are the marks. R1, R2, R3 are roll numbers. Both are of integer type. So here I will define type defs. So this is type definition, integer, marks, and one more type def, integer, roll number. Now inside main function, I will declare the variable. Now M1, M2, M3, I will declare them of type marks. M1, M2, M3. Then R1, R2, R3 are of type roll number. So R1, R2, R3. These are the roll numbers. Now what is R1, R2, R3? Roll number. What is roll number? Integer type. Integer type. So again, also useful for defining user defined data type. Yes, we have our own data type now. It's nothing but the change of name of integer, right? So integer we are calling it as marks. Marks is integer, right? Roll number is an integer. So now, even if I use M1, M2, M3 and I forgot what is this. So if I come at this declaration point, I can know that, okay, this is for marks. M1, M2, M3 are for marks. And R1, R2, R3 are for roll number, storing roll number. So instead of giving documentation or giving lengthy name, you can at least follow this one. So this is not related to efficiency or the speeding up of a program. This is just related to readability of a program. We can make the program more readable by introducing type def. So I already told you the issue, the problem faced by the programmer. They forget the things if the project is going lengthy. So this is how you can make it easy for you to remember the things or to recall the things by giving proper type definitions. Again, this depends on the programmer how he utilizes, right? And what type of project and what are its habits, programming habits. So wherever useful, if you try to go on using this one, then it will be better. So while practicing, wherever you identify, oh, I can use type def here, use it. So that's all about type def. So there is a demo video after this one, so you can watch it. There I am showing you how to declare and use it, right? So you can practice this one. So that's all in this video. Let us look at enum. Enum is used for defining our own data types. For example, I'll take here enum a day. Day is the name of a data type. Now, what are the values that it can have is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Or in my program, anywhere in my program, I can declare a variable of type day. Day D. So it's a variable of type day. Now what are the values this day can have? Let us see. D assign 1. Can I have 1? No. I cannot assign a value. So can I assign any number like this? 0? No. But is it possible that I can assign Monday like this? Yes. I can assign only these values that I have mentioned. So what is the value of Monday? Let us print and check it. Cout D. Let me run the program and show you. So Monday means 0. It is printing 0. So it means if I give this value as Tuesday, then what the value will be? It's printing 1. So it means when I have defined enum, Monday is assigned with a 0 and this is 1. So definitely Wednesday will be 2 and Thursday will be 3 and so on. So it is assigning the values to these. So can I directly say display Monday? Let us check. Instead of D, I will say Monday. So value of Monday is 0. So I can use those values also. It means Monday is like an identifier. So can I say Monday plus plus? No, cannot increment expression of num type day. So we cannot modify them. So it means these are like constants. Yes, all these are set of constants under one name, that is day. And I can declare the variable of type day and I can use those constant for these variables. And the constant starts from 0 onwards. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So if I write anything here, like say, if I write Friday, then what the value will be? Yes, it is 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Friday is 4. Now next thing. Can I start Monday with 1? If I start Monday with 1, then what Tuesday will be and what Wednesday will be? Let us display all these values and check them. I will say this is Monday and I will copy paste these and change the values. Yeah, I'm displaying all these values here. So you know the order, that is from Monday through Sunday. Let us run this. Now Monday is 1. So rest of the values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it means the starting point is 1. So rest of them will take the next value from 1 onwards. If I give Monday as a 10, then what happens? They will take the next values, then 10, 11, 12, so on. So I'll make it 1 back again. Then On Thursday, I will give it as 10. Let us see what happens. So I have given Monday as 1, and Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday I have given 10. Let us run. So Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2, Wednesday is 3, and Thursday, as I have given value 10 here, so it is starting from 10, 11, 12, and 13. So it means I can give any value I want to these constants. So can I say Tuesday assign 7? Let us check. Tuesday assign 7, so Wednesday will be 8. Yes, Monday is 1, Tuesday is 7, and Wednesday is 8. It means I can assign some values to these constants, or else I can leave them as it is. They will be taking the values starting from 0 onwards. Instead of defining constants using hash define, say Monday is 0, instead of this, or instead of declaring const int Monday as 0, if I need constants like this or symbolic constant, not just one, I need a set of constants, then I can define those set of constants using enum. So enum is used for defining a group of constants under one name, that is related constants under one name. So that's the meaning of enum. And enum can be used for various purposes, like say if I have a enum for DEPT, that is department, so one of the department is computer science, that is CS department, or IT department, or electronic and communication department, or mechanical department. So I can define the departments like this. Now these departments will take the codes from CS is 0 and IT is 1, electronic is 2 and mechanical is 3 and so on. So if you say no, let them take the constant values from 1 onwards, so you can make CS as 1, rest of them will be taking the following values. So in this way I can define some constants and I can use them in the program. The benefit of using the constant is that the program becomes readable. See, I can declare the data type of type department and DEP and assign some department name. So this becomes more readable. That is the benefit of defining constant values. So instead of using literals, we can use constants. So that's all about enum. Next, I will talk about typedef also. Yeah, let us talk about typedef. Typedef is used for defining our own data type or giving alias to some data type so that we can make the program more readable. So the purpose of typedef is to make the program more readable. Let us take example, say typedef integer as, let us say, marks. Now here, anywhere in my program, I can say marks as m1, m2. So these are integer type variables. I can assign any value to them. M1 assign 50, M2 assign 90, I can assign some values to them. So now M1, M2 are the variables of type marks. And what is marks? Marks is nothing but integer. See, if I write int here, then the problem is that I cannot make out what is the purpose of these two variables. So while typing a very lengthy program, I may forget what for I have declared the variables. Even after a few days when I look at my program, so it will take time for me to understand what for I have declared these variables. So instead of that, if I use the meaningful name for data type, then it gives the clear meaning that M1 is of type marks or M2 is of type also marks, that is of type integer. And otherwise, I have to make documentation, that is I have to write comments that M1 and M2 are for storing marks. So I don't have to give these comments. The statement itself speaks about the type of values that you are going to store in them. So that is the benefit. So it makes the program readable. So typedef can be used wherever required, is friendly for the programmer. And that's it. So you can try these things by yourself. Yeah, here is an exercise program. You have to write a program to calculate area of a circle. And for that you have to take input as a radius, and using the formula for area of a circle, calculate area and display area. Here is the program. I will run the program and show you how the program should work and what should be the input output. Let us look at the program. Here is the program for finding the area of a circle. I will run the program and show you. See, it's asking for the radius of a circle. I'll give the radius as a 10. it should display the area of a circle. And it's a very simple program. You can easily write this one. So here is the code, and even the code is available as PDF. Yeah, here is an exercise program. So you have to write a program to calculate net salary. Program should take following inputs, that is basic salary and what is the percentage of allowances and percentage of deductions. And the formula for salary is given below. So net salary is calculated by adding basic salary plus percentage of allowances on the basic salary and subtracting percentage of deductions. So I'll show you the program, how it should work and what should be the input and output, and you have to develop the same program. A PDF for the program is also given in the resource. If you want, you can download it, but I suggest you write the program completely. If you face any difficulties, then you can see that PDF. So here I run the program for calculating net salary of an employee. I will run the program. See, here it is asking basic salary. Let us say basic salary is $1,000 bucks. And what is the percentage of allowances? Suppose it is 20%. And what is the percentage of deduction? That is 5. So 20% allowances means it will be 1200, and 5% deduction means 50 is subtracted from 1200, that is 1150. Yes, answer is 1150. So it should take these values and display this output. So program is also available under resources as a PDF file. You can download that.